Yo, what is going on? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of the Bobby Sauce Show. Thank you so much for being here. This episode is entitled Hurricane Earth. The literal planet is melting to the literal ground behind me. I left the blinds open just in case a tree branch is flying for my skull. Maybe you guys could give me a heads up. Maybe we'll get a lightning crack. Maybe Joey Basement will fly through the window. Who really knows what's going to happen? But everything is on fire. Thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. To just get right ahead of it. We're good here in Florida. The rain is getting very peculiar right now. The world is literally clapping our cheeks simultaneously. Everything is on fire, trees, branches, everything is great. But it's Santa Claus's fault, let's be honest. DeSantis caused the hurricane. It's because of the migrants. It was DeSantis. It was basically Putin and DeSantis combined. Putin, DeSantis, and Donnie Baseball conspired. They set off a nuclear warhead in the sky. We have a hurricane, and now everyone's going to perish. As you already know, I am currently wearing the Literally No t-shirt from bobbysauce.com. Go and check it out. Support the channel. Much love. I appreciate that in advance, literal. Before we get started, please make sure that you pay the fee, as my friend Andy Frisella would say. Go to bobbysauceshow.com, leave a review on the Spotify, the Apple Podcast, twist my bag, tell people how stupid the show is, how much you hate it, and that you're never going to listen to it again. Thank you, everybody, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Getter. We are live streaming right now on Getter as well. So, Getter, what's good, fam? Let me twist your bag. I don't know if anyone's watching. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Whatever. If you're listening to this tomorrow or whatever, hopefully I'm still alive and I didn't get clapped by a rabid coconut that's flying through the literal sky. I'm just curious, who's worried about the tortugals? Who out here is worried about the tortugals? Anybody worried about the lizards? Lots of green lizards out here in Florida. They're an invasive species, but they're people too. You know what I mean? I identify as a lizard. So everybody is all out here worrying about the human persons, but you know what I mean? Who's thinking about the lizards? I am. I'll tell you what. I'm thinking about the actual lizards. Does anybody know if they got the Faisal boost? Does anybody know if the lizards got the boost? Because that would ensure their safety. So everybody just say a prayer for the lizards. Make sure that they got both shots of the mysterious juice. The world's on fire and everything's dumb. Thank you guys so much for being here. In advance, thanks to anybody that buys the badges on Instagram. I appreciate that. Thanks in advance to anybody that's thinking about sending in a Venmo or a Cash App. Much appreciated. Helps keep the channel going. If you can't do that, just support it. Enjoy, love, leave a comment, make a comment, tell people how much you hate the show, share it to your story, and the world is trash. All right. Now, let me just pin the comment there. Okay. A lot of things to talk about because the world's dumb, but we're going to go as long as we have power here in Florida. I would assume that we will because I'm in the southeastern part of Florida. And even though we're getting currently clapped in our dirt star with rain and the wind is getting pretty violent, I think we're going to be okay. What people should be aware of, which I mentioned and alluded to in a video earlier today, is that Florida is uniquely equipped to handle these types of hurricanes. Every single house I ever saw in Connecticut was built using wood. But homes in Florida are built using cement block reinforced with rebar, poured concrete in between the blocks. They're built like a brick, actually I don't want to say that word, keep the swears out of here, but they're built quite sturdy. These places are, especially the newer cities in Florida, are very resilient and adequately prepared for these types of events. What you really got to be worried about is the people that are out driving, the people that are out in cars, and the people that have mobile homes or trailers, or the people that live really, really close to the beach in kind of your lower income areas, even though that's kind of rare when you get near the beach. A lot of places get evacuated really far in advance. They got a lot of models. People that are from Florida, they're no stranger to this. So I think everyone will be just fine. But I want to also just kind of start off today's show by reminding you essentially what I think is going to happen as a result of this, and you are already seeing it because these jabrons are so predictable and obvious with their fake virtue and their real lie malarkey, is that let everybody be very, very aware. They are going to blame this entire hurricane on Ron DeSantis, on Marco Rubio, on Donnie Ballpark. They're going to blame it on Eric Trump. They're going to blame it on Ivanka, Hurricane Ivanka. They're going to blame it on the bad orange man. They're going to blame it on flying migrants to Martha's Vineyard. And every single thing will be the fault of whoever they want to target the blame onto. And even, I think it was today or yesterday, you had Amy Klobuchar, who is just terrible at her job and totally unlikable, saying, we gotta show up in these midterms, guys. We gotta stop these hurricanes. We gotta stop the hurricanes. Yeah, just pay more taxes. Just pay more taxes and eat the crickets, and there won't be any more hurricanes, guys. Vote Dem. Vote Big Blue, guys. Big Blue's gonna save you from the hurricane. Everybody just vote blue and you'll be safe from the hurricane. There's been hurricanes happening in Florida since the literal beginning of literal actual human time. Even though, just in case you were curious, Christopher Columbus didn't bring the hurricanes to Florida. Donnie Ballpark was born. He lived in a pineapple under the sea. As soon as he was born, hurricanes started in Florida. Then he gave birth to his illegitimate love child, Big Ron to Santa Claus. Now they're both running in cahoots. They're running the entire planet. They're corroborating with Putin. Bolsonaro's in there somewhere. You got Bolsonaro, Big Ron, to Santa Claus, bad orange man. Somehow the new prime minister or president of Italy is involved. She's there. She's best friends with Mussolini. They all live in a spaceship on the dark side of the moon, and they're all conspiring to ruin the planet. But don't worry, it's their fault. It's not Joey Basement. It's not Joey Basement and the literal demons that are actually running the actual literal world. It's definitely Big Ron to Santa Claus and the bad orange man. But don't worry, he buried his wife as a golf course so we could save tax money. You're a demon. Sorry, but you're dumb. You're low IQ. You're sad inside. Anyhow, pardon me. Excuse me. The world is dumb. Thank you, Gavin, for the Venmo. That's real early. Appreciate that. All right, I'm out. Got $20. Deuces, guys. I'm gonna go grab a sandwich and rough out the hurricane. Thank you, Gavin, for the 20 clams. Really appreciate that. Thanks, Austin, for the badge on Instagram. Much appreciated. The world is dumb. So yeah, they're going to blame everything onto Santa Claus. They're going to say it's global warming. They're going to show pictures. They're going to show pictures of flooding. They're going to show pictures of ripped off roofs. They're going to show a picture of a house that was probably destroyed 6 months ago in some other cataclysmic event. A tree fell on it. Somebody blew it up. They're going to control demo they're going to control demolition. A freaking what's it called? One of them mobile homes in like Tequesta, Florida. They're gonna blow the roof off of it like 3 days ago, and they're gonna be like, Ron DeSantis. There's like 30,000 electrical linemen out there preparing for the power outages. Everybody is like more than equipped to deal with this. A natural disaster is a natural disaster. Meanwhile, there's like fires raging in California and like droughts and all these other things. The fires in California like totally preventable with a little bit of forest management, but this totally not preventable. Nothing you could have done about it. But all the preventable things that like the bumblebee tunas living on the street in Los Angeles, like dropping a hot brown in front of like a kid getting off the bus. That's out of our control. But a freaking hurricane apparently is Big Ron's fault, and it's your fault. It's your fault because you drove your F-150 on your way to work to do man things, to pick up sticks and build houses and build the entire world. But don't worry, because that's toxic masculinity. Get out of those sewers and stop building all the infrastructure, you bad evil man. Leave it up to the women. Don't worry, guys. The world would be fine if there was no men. Who cares about men? What do? Absolutely nothing. They're good for nothing. They just get and then they just leave. That's what they do. They just leave their seed. Oh, I forgot. Women can do that now too. My bad. No disrespect. No disrespect to all the women out there that have a pen 15, but whatever. Apparently that's a thing now. Everything's dumb. The world is stupid. I hate everything. Meanwhile, on that tip, this was gonna be the last topic I was gonna go into, but let me just, you know what? But I bent over, I grabbed my ankles, I saw your balloon knot open up, so I'm just gonna park my truck in there. When I was in middle school, high school, you needed permission to take a Tylenol. You needed permission to watch a PG-13 movie when there was a substitute teacher in class. Yet mysteriously, right now in Virginia, apparently, a bunch of high school and middle school, or who even cares, a bunch of thems, a bunch of zims, a bunch of zers, are apparently protesting because they're going against the rights of some protected class who I'm sure you can already figure out without being named. So all these students in Virginia are protesting, which I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wasn't in high school that long ago. I would have, if I could get enough kids to organize a protest because the cookies were too expensive, we would have been protesting every day, bro. We would have been out on the football field. We would have been doing somersaults. We would have been like, the cookies are too expensive. So the fact that these kids happen to garner mainstream media attention because they decided to skip class is a bunch of malarkey, because we would have done that because the cookies are $1.50 instead of $1, and you better bet your bottom dollar that that's what would have happened. Now I'm sure they're $140 because of inflation that isn't real, but whatever. You know what I mean? Stick it to poutine, you know? That cookie's $5,000 now. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, so there's a bunch of kids that happen to garner mainstream media attention, which, don't get me wrong, let's make it very clear here. The only reason the mainstream media is giving attention to these kids is because it fits in it fits exactly inside the narrative, which is Joey Baseman is your nice, friendly grandfather. He wants to have a shower with you and his daughter when you're 15 years old. I met her when she was 10 and I was 32. Anyways, God's honest truth. Shut up, Joe. No one cares, though. You know what I mean? Who cares? He's a creepy old man, but he's just great. He's bouncing you on his knee with corn pop's there. He's rubbing your leg. But Donnie has a document. The folder's empty. It's a nuclear secret. He sold it to Poutine, but whatever. You know what I mean? That seems totally believable. But good thing everybody's just paying attention and stuff. That's great. Yeah, it's not like the mainstream media is just running the messaging for any and every possible demonic entity that exists on the entire planet. That's definitely not it, as they get 80% of their ad dollars from Faisal and freaking Modern and all these other big demons that are just like, do you have a tummy ache? Take these pills. Did you fart today? Pills. Are you hungry? Eat these pills. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Eat all these pills. It's the only way to feel better about yourself. Are you sad? Pills. Are you hungry? Pills. Didn't sleep 8 hours last night? You need a handful of pills. Oh. Did you? Whoopsie daisies! Did you trip and fall because your shoe was untied? Pills. Have a nice pill. Go to your doctor and demand he gives you Zysol, because Zysol will just help you get. Shut up! But nobody cares. You know, it's fine. Everything's totally fine. We're living in an NPC universe. Everybody's tuned out. People are just like, give me the bugs, give me the bugs. Meat is bad. Men are bad. Everything is bad. I'm a them. I'm a they. Women's conference. Invite all the women. Whoop, that's might be one, wasn't one a year ago, but it's the woman. So brave, so brave. Women are brave. Anybody can be a woman if you just think about it. Whatever. I'm wearing a dress. Look at me. You will refer to me as the demanded term, or you will be imprisoned unless you welcome to Canada. Anyways, excuse me, pardon. Excuse me. So yeah, so these kids are protesting in Virginia. So so brave, you know what I mean? Because they're like F with the class, you know. They're not really protesting. They don't even know. They got a push notification on TikTok. Some jabron, somebody with frog pronouns sent them a push notification on TikSnap, and they're just like, tomorrow at 3, free cookies on the Ferris wheel out front of the school. We're protesting for rights. We need to protest for rights. Call me a frog. I'm braver than you. Braver than you. Braver than you. My dad plays in the NBA. Anyways, you get the joke. Some people get the joke. Whatever. So yeah. Meanwhile, in Virginia, not all that long ago, a bunch of parents that went to the school to be like, hey, this kid that was born with a pen 15 went into the dressing room with a bunch of she, hers, or whatever. You know, I hate everything. Went into the locker room because they wanted to have a high five or whatever. And apparently this girl, she, her, biological, whatever, everything's stupid, had a little encounter with a creepazoid guy, and the school just did nothing about it. And that was in Virginia, and that, among with many other stories, like the Department of Garbage saying that these parents were terrorists for going and asking about it. They were like, hey, let's elect this guy maybe so the world doesn't go down in a flaming ball of garbage like every other city in America and the entire planet. And they managed to elect Glenn Youngkin, and he's like, hey, If you have a pen 15, you go in this bathroom. If you got a clam, you go over here. And they're just like, protest rights. And it's just like, are you guys here for the expensive cookies or are you here for the rights? I'm not really sure. No one really knows. Meanwhile, they got a drone helicopter showing all the kids and every complete and total like mainstream shill regurgitating garbage merchant is like, yeah. They post it on their Instagram. They're like, these kids are so brave. Meanwhile, the kids just like the kids just correlated on WhatsApp and they're just like, let's protest the cookies tomorrow. And then they're just like, call the media. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's what it even was, but whatever. You guys know the cookies I'm talking about if you went to public school. They were mostly butter. I'd kill for one. Just kidding. You can't even say that. Whatever, this is a live stream. Run it back. Don't care. So anyways, and one of the things that they're protesting is that you can't change your gender in school without the parents' permission. You know? Call me. Oh, I'm Sarah now. It's like, no, John, you're literally not, but literally no. But apparently that's enough of a cause to protest. So good on these kids. So brave. You know what I mean? Super brave. So that's cool. Yeah, so don't worry, guys. The kids are out fighting the good fight. The future is going to be fine. You know, the kids are going to be all right. So best of luck to anybody that has any youngins running around, because in about 3.5 years, they're going to be a Zimzer with frog pronouns. So you better prepare yourself. You know what I mean? It's like you're covering all the electrical outlets in your house, and what you really got to cover is your television. But whatever. And maybe a little bit of tick snap. I don't want to say that on there because it's there. I'm broadcasting there, but whatever. People are in the comments like, this guy's unhinged. Am I? Am I unhinged or are you unhinged? If you're writing that I'm unhinged, can you imagine how unhinged you are? You're off the door. You're off the door for him there, Bill. But whatever. So good on these kids. And back to my original point, because I got jumbled because there's a hurricane in my literal brain. When I was in high school, middle school, you needed a permission for a Tylenol. They would call my mom up, Mrs. Salado, can Bobo have a Tylenol? And it's like, okay, you have to sign it, send a freaking a DocuSign back, a photo ID, a blood sample. They're like, can he watch a PG-13 movie in society class? It's like, yes, he may. Have both parents sign this with their social security number, credit card number, birth address, blood type, mother's maiden name. And now, now the 15-year-olds are in high school just like, call me Jessica or I will revolt. It's like, no, I don't know. But yeah. Good thing, guys. Good thing we're all focusing on all the stuff that matters. Good thing the kids are doing it. They're standing up. Thunberg, I'm angry. My parents are rich. I took a sailboat across the Atlantic. When I was 15, I didn't have a sailboat that I could fit in my hand, let alone enough resources to freaking sail an electric sailboat across the freaking Atlantic Sea. And people are like, she's just nice and friendly. She's nice and young. She's a nice little Thunberg. She's on the steps. She's protesting. Put her on People magazine. Thunberg, she's better than us. It's like, I'm just gonna take a flyer here. Who wants to bet in like 3.5 years, like Thunberg catches her first pen 15 because she's 18 now? I can say that she catches like a pen 15 and her boyfriend's like, "Yo, what you're doing sucks," and she just comes out as like an emo goth, like she shaves her head into like a pixie cut, and she's just like she's like F the system. She just becomes a Billie Eilish fan, and just like we never hear from her again. That would be highly probable because people don't know, because their frontal cortex is not developed, even though we're taking global energy policy from this Jabron James, but whatever, who cares? You know what I mean? That's the world we're living in, so everything's stupid. I'm glad we're all here. Glad we're here. Cool. So that's great. So everybody's just like, DeSantis caused the hurricane. Meanwhile, Thunberg is like, nah! And the global leaders are like, what do you want us to do, Thunberg? Turn off the nuclear power plant? She's like, you better, how dare you? You better never eat meat. Which brings me to my next topic, which is right before I got on the live meltdown here. I saw a story that apparently PETA is trying to push for some type of protest where women should withhold sex from men who eat meat. And it's just like, so that's a good idea. They're like, I never want a nut again. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying inside. They're just like, I need an instrument to do this. It's just like, take care of me, Shiloh. No, he's like, I'm tired. I need protein. Whatever. Y'all know what's going to happen with that, but whatever. So PETA's like coming out and just making this, like suggesting that women do this. And obviously like the most attractive women ever are going to do this, you know, as is to be expected. The girl that like got none ever is just like, yeah, I'm protesting. It's like, no, you're not, Sharon, but whatever. Sure, it's because of the meat. When every single person living on the literal planet of Earth that's ever met a literal human, biological human man knows that we would lie right to your face. Like, it's like if I was out on a first date and some gal was like, if I thought that some gal was participating in this, she'd be like, when was the last time you ate meat? I'd be like, oh. I'd be like 97, you know? I'd play right into it. And it'd be like, and since the pool of potential suitors is like 1% of what it is normally, you'd be clapping cheeks by the weekend. But whatever. I'm on strike. No, you're not. You're literally not. But okay. No one wants to bang you. But whatever. Who cares? They're all just tired. It's like they have to go to sleep at 8 o'clock because they got no protein. They're just like, they're like, I've had too many sweet potatoes. It's just like, no, like, you're not attractive, but whatever. I'm just saying it's highly probable that you're not, but whatever. Maybe they are, maybe they're, oh my God. I know people, I know people, I've met human persons that are just like, I'm not, they're like, I'm making my child a vegan. It's like, that kid's screwed. That kid's toast. This kid's going to turn 12 years old. There's going to be the body weight and mass of a 6-year-old. Some dude's going to be like, you want to play soccer? He's going to accidentally bump into him, and the kid's just going to turn into dust like a dandelion spore because he's been eating sweet potato fries and celery since he was born. Oh, he's like, I'm made of carrots. I'm mostly carrots. Poof, like a dandelion spore just flies into the abyss. Meanwhile, the mom is at home like, good job, Timmy. You did great. Yeah, guys, this is the future. This is the future that we're looking for. No sex for the men who eat meat. All right. Good luck with that, PETA. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Because that's what they want. That's what they want. They want an emasculated garbage, like wet noodle culture. They want men that wake up in the morning and eat granola and tulip petals and eat a couple of crickets on their way to school so that they can protest. They're like, I have a pen 15 and I'm going in the girls' bathroom because I believe it as such. Look at my hair. Here's a TikTok filter. I am a woman now. And like PETA's like, go get him, Shiloh. And the parents are in the back like, yes. And meanwhile, just like all the demons are running amok, and they're just like perfect, like over in China, Xi Jinping's like, yes. Meanwhile, like a young Chinese boy turns on TikTok, and it's like teaching him how to lift 5 times his body weight, and wake up at 4 a.m. and teaching them like science, technology, English, and math, so we can come to America and just run all of us into the ground, while Shiloh can sprint after him for 15 seconds. And then we're just done. And then we're in West China. Welcome to the United West of China. And we're all just like, Dad, as long as you call me a carrot, as long as you refer to me as an upside down genderless frog, then you can take everything you want. Yo, we're so screwed. Meanwhile, in literal the Big Apple, where apparently dreams are made of, where the greatest city in the world apparently, in New York City, I don't know if anybody saw this video, but a literal human woman, a 41-year-old woman, got approached by some dude that was a career criminal that was literally spitting game to her at 5 o'clock in the morning. And by spitting game, I'm sure it was like, yo, shorty, you thick. You know what I mean? I'm sure it was something along those lines. And she was like, I'm good right now. Like I have my AirPods in. I'm going to literal work. And then the guy proceeded to savagely beat her up against a wall, kick her in the face, dislocate her eyeball, and just rain blows upon her in the subway. And then some squiggly, squirrely guy that's powered by kale and mealworms, like scampers up and he's like, oh, and the guy just looks at him. And the guy's like, oh, he had beef recently. And then he sprints off into the distance. And then the guy turns around and keeps pummeling on this chick in New York City on camera in broad daylight at 5:30 in the morning. Can you imagine being so agitated that your sexual advances didn't get met at 5:30 in the morning that you're just like, I'm gonna just beat this girl senseless on camera. Okay, cool, guys. I'm sure you can imagine what that looked like, but that's cool. You know, it's concrete jungle where dreams are made of. You know what I mean? Dreams are made of. Whoop, what is that? Your eyeball disconnected? We'll sew it back in, no problem. Meanwhile, the unelected apparently governor of New York, Kathy. I forget her name. She had a beautiful necklace. Anybody remember her necklace? She was so brave. She's so much better than us. The unelected Daman of New York City, Kathy Huckaloogie. Kathy, there's a ball of hair in your throat. Your last name's dumb, but whatever. She's like, cool, we're going to give $5 million in a contract to probably one of my buddies, one of our campaign donors, to put $5 million worth of cameras in the subway. Oh, is that so interesting? $5 million of cameras in the subway. I wonder what those cameras would have done watching this girl get kicked in the face in 1080p. I wonder how that would have helped this human female person at 5 o'clock in the morning. Has anybody ever thought to, I don't know, maybe put more police officers on the subway, or is that, you know what I mean? People that could actually enforce and actually do something. Maybe a person that has a literal instrument of self-preservation and protection, or is that just, you know what I mean? That's stupid. Yeah, and since you can't even have one in New York, maybe give the guy a baton, maybe a taser. No. We're going to catch it on camera, 1080p. We're going to catch it in 4 different angles, and we're going to broadcast it on Instagram later because we're better than you. And don't worry, Kathy Hulk is on the case. And don't worry, he'll get out of prison the next day because this guy apparently, allegedly, whatever, beat an 84-year-old grandmother, his grandmother, till she was not currently residing on the actual earth when I think he was 14 years old, served an undetermined amount of prison time, and then proceeded to, I don't know, I think it was stab his sister in the hand with a screwdriver or something, and got out and is just out on bail, just roaming the streets, just like searching for people to destroy at 5 o'clock in the morning in the most prosperous nation and free nation the world has ever known, in broad daylight on camera, just beating a woman senseless up against the wall for absolutely no reason. And people are like, vote blue, guys. Vote blue, everyone. Everybody vote blue. You're going to get your eyeball kicked out of your socket for existing on the earth. But who cares about like women and what happens to them? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Toxic masculinity. Let the women suffer. Who cares about the women? Whatever. You know what I mean? Let's all walk around with big, strong arms and fists and a 220-pound frame, just biologically more equipped and adequate to protect yourself and others. But let's fill those dudes up with soy and dandelion leaves and make sure that they're extra strong. And then let's scare them away by not allowing them to carry any device that will allow them to protect themselves or perhaps others. Then let's tell them that everything is toxic masculinity. And if the person that's kicking the woman in the face on the ground in the subway is of the wrong skin color than you, that if you might actually get involved, then you could in fact be the person that gets blamed for this heinous crime. So let's just teach them, let's just tell Shiloh to squirrel away into the darkness while this woman gets pummeled into a wall. But who cares, you know what I mean? Because equity. Meanwhile, if a white guy sneezes the wrong direction, it's on Benjamin J. Crumpet's Instagram account. DL Hughley is telling the world about how you're such a bad person. LeBron James puts his book down on page 3, where is the last page that he will ever read, and you're next. Oh, sorry for existing on the world. Sorry for actually existing. Sorry for looking this way, that I was born without my consent. But okay, thanks Lebron. You're doing a great job. Good thing we have him, you know what I mean, to keep the world in check and running smoothly. How'd you like the book, LeBron? It's good. He's a good author. It's good. It's such a good book because it's good. Cool. I'm sure you read it. Is that why you're on page 3? But whatever. Who cares? Who cares about the women? Who cares about their rights? If you're a woman and you're walking in the park in New York City, you better hope nobody just wants to pummel you, because you know what I mean? So everyone's safe, so everybody stays safe. Let's all just stay safe. Oh, you can't even carry pepper spray in New York City? You can't carry a taser, a nunchuck, nothing. Just if you're running in the park and you happen to be a human female woman, you happen to be 110 pounds running in broad daylight in the largest city in the literal country, in the literal most prosperous and free nation that world history and humanity has ever known in the history of actual literal time, while there's 100 cameras simultaneously pointed directly at you, and you're just gonna get beaten senseless because some dude just decided. But good luck, you know what I mean? Especially because they know that you don't have any devices to protect yourself, but that's fine. This is a protection-free zone. Everybody have free reign. You better watch out if you're running under a tree in Central Park, because you might get clapped for no reason because you exist. But whatever, who cares? Kind of like that woman in Memphis, but who cares about that, right? Throw it in the memory hole because some kid did this, something happened, it's not on the news. Oh, DeSantis caused a hurricane. Glad everybody's paying attention to the right things. Who cares about women? Who cares about their rights? Who cares about anything? Let's go to the women's forum and have some dude talk. But whatever. Who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? Men just ruin everything. Okay. Everything is doing great. Gun rights are women's rights, but whatever, who cares about that? And I will say it for the 5,000th time: if you are a person that is elderly, in a wheelchair, or a human man facing more than one human man, or a human man that has an illegally obtained weapon, you have absolutely zero chance, no matter what. Ever. You're done, you're toast, you're clapped. You better hope that Joey Basement and the underfunded police department gets there in 76 minutes before you bleed out, especially if you live in a city like New Orleans. If you call the police in New Orleans, they're probably just like, come on, yeah, we'll be there tomorrow. So that's good, guys. Stupid men, you know? Oh man, we are doing really great. The world's doing good. Having a great time here on the planet of actual literal Earth. We're all doing great. Meanwhile, these literal demons are everybody's so worked up and zonked up about the clap. Oh, the clap stays 6 feet. Everybody shut everything down. Meanwhile, there's a higher probability that your child or you die of Fenty X Beauty. You know what it is. You know what the word is. That's pouring over the southern border and flying in on airplanes from China. Than actually getting the clap. But don't worry, wear the diaper, stay 6 feet, don't see your grandma. Grandma dies alone. Grandma can't get seen in the hospital. Oopsie daisies, did you injure yourself? Oh, did you need a cancer screening? That's too bad. See you in 5 months when it's spread throughout the remainder of your body, because we got to stay woke and stay virtuous. Who cares about anything? Human beings are suffering everywhere, but Gavin Newsom will come on TV and be like, how dare you ban a book that has a photo of a kid with a pen 15 in his hand? How dare you, disgusting, banning books, disgusting. Shut up, Gavin. You're a literal demon, but whatever. Glad everybody's focusing on the things that matter. Glad everybody's looking the other way, burying their head in the sand while literal society burns to the literal ground. Glad everybody's paying attention as 15,000 candy-colored, rainbow-colored fentanyl pills were just discovered in Connecticut, disguised as Halloween candy. So that'll be great. CT, stand up or lay down, because you're about to eat a box of nerds and end up 6 feet under the dirt. But whatever, who cares, right? Who cares as long as it's not clap COVID too? Who cares? Who cares about that, guys? Who cares about all those people? Not I, said the giraffe. Oh, I think I just got a little Fenty in my throat there. I hate everything. Everything's dumb, and the world is literal garbage. Everybody's focusing on the wrong thing, which is no surprise. Meanwhile, I don't understand how literally any living actual human person could actually think that they're going to go into the booth and vote for more of this. You guys are literally sad inside, but that's cool. That's cool. I'm sure everybody on TikTok is going to go vote blue. Blue wave, guys. Big blue wave. Somebody in the comments on TikTok. Does he think he's funny? No, I don't. I think I'm not funny. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here with 700 people. That's why I'm here, because I don't think I'm funny, and neither does anybody else. If you want to purchase a shirt on bobbysauce.com, feel free to get it. Coupon code Jabron James. Anyways, that's not a coupon code, just in case anybody. Pardon. So yeah, so that's cool. Glad we're all focusing on the right things. Big blue wave, guys, blue wave. Meanwhile, Every single thing in the entire planet is pointing to absolute destruction at every single corner of every single thing ever imaginable. And the only thing that anybody can think to talk about is all the stuff that really doesn't matter. As we are lightheartedly getting financially destroyed at every single corner, and everybody doesn't seem to care about it. It's just like, I wonder how many people, I wonder how much has to happen, how much bad has to literally actually occur before people will start to pay attention to what's going on and maybe talk about it or do something about it, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Maybe tell somebody, no, you can't come in this bathroom, or no, maybe I'm not going to vote for that, or no, maybe I'm not going to visit you in Los Angeles because I don't want to get pooped on by some vagrant in the middle of the day. I don't want to go to a major American city because I don't want to get pooped on. That is a literal concern on the literal planet, literally right, literal now. You can drive down the street in any major city in California, San Diego, San Francisco, God forbid Los Angeles, and it's a bumblebee tuna salad at every single corner. They're under the bridge, they're by the playground, they're at the bus stop, they're pooping, they're needling, they're peeing, they're in a tent, they got a bicycle in there, they're watching TV, they got an air conditioner, and everybody's like, good job, Gav Gav. Glad he's so upset about the Santa Claus. It's like, cool. You guys think that this dude's going to be a good president of the United States when he's destroyed the largest state in America, the most populous state in America that never one single time ever since its beginning, that has some of the most natural resources of any state in America, probably the most surface area of any state in America, the highest population of any state in America, the highest taxes, the highest income taxes, the highest everything, probably the highest median home cost, the most agriculture, all that. For the first time in American history, you're losing citizens at a record clip. Good job, Gav Gav. It's a big blue wave, guys. Don't worry, he's eating the duck confit at that restaurant that he went to, while every other restaurant in the state got shut down. I forget what it's even called because it was so stupid then, and everybody seems to just casually forget about it. Don't worry, guys. Gavin's at the French Laundry before he stops off at his vineyard, before he bans state-sponsored travel to a state that he has a vacation home in because it's a very bad, very evil state, as he flies there with his security detail and protects himself with the exact same weapons that he doesn't want you to have, so you get pooped on and shanked in the street in Los Angeles at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday because you exist. But good job, guys. Don't worry. He's passing all these things for the climate. He's really going to control the climate, guys. Just pay more taxes and eat less meat for the climate, even though they couldn't figure out how to control the forest in their own state. But everybody burns, and you're engulfed in an inferno that's completely predictable and highly likely preventable. But Gav Gav's on the case. But don't worry, guys. He's going to come tomorrow when it's all a smoldering mess, and him and Kamala Krusty Harris are going to laugh and giggle in the forest and get their photo ops amongst charred trees and tell you that it's your fault because you decided to drive your Toyota Camry instead of a $75,000 Tesla. You better get home, eat the crickets, take all the money that you don't have, borrow it at record high interest rates, and buy an electrical car that you will charge with coal, and you will eat the bugs, and you will shut up, and you will vote for Gavin. Don't worry, guys, you'll be safe. But don't worry, everyone in California. Does anybody else remember in California where every single restaurant was shut down and you couldn't operate your business, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and get pooped on in the street and step on a hypodermic needle? But don't worry, guys, because you got to shut your restaurant down. But don't worry, they can keep Costco open, and they can keep Home Depot open, and they can keep Wally World open, and you can go in there and you can buy some high fructose corn syrup and a cookie that's got more poison in it than the poison than the poop poison that's sitting on the street in front of the building. But go ahead, guys, go buy your Coca-Cola and your high fructose corn syrup and go home and sit at home and don't go to the gym and don't exercise and sit at home in a pit of despair, lonely, not seeing the sun. Wear your diaper if you step outside for 5 seconds, or we'll turn your power off and we'll turn your water off. And also, we're eroding all the value that you have, all your freedoms, all your rights. You can't protect yourself. You can't travel anywhere. You can't go anywhere if you you don't take this mysterious potion, you're going to lose your job. And by the way, shut down your restaurant and don't serve any food there. But don't worry, there's a Hollywood movie that's filming in the parking lot, and we're going to set up a couple tents, and a bunch of people are going to eat curly fries and fries and slop in the parking lot next to the restaurant that you used to have, that you've had in your family for 50 years, that you're now going to have to sell because you don't have enough money to keep it afloat. But don't worry, we give you a stimmy check, but there's not enough around to go to you or anybody else. But don't worry, guys, big blue wave, vote for Gab Gab, stay safe, just step over the needles and poop in the street and shut down your business and your world is crumbled. Oh, and by the way, give us 40% of your taxes, and thanks for coming to California. And don't look twice, because there might be an inferno that engulfs your entire home. By the way, pay those taxes. Taxes, taxes, taxes. Good job, guys. Everybody's doing great. Everybody vote for Gavin. You guys are doing awesome. Don't worry, guys. Equity, equity, equity. He looks the right part. He looks right. He's nice. He's so friendly. Look, he's getting emotional on TikSnap. Look, he has Instagram reels. So brave. Everybody vote for Gavin. He's at the French Laundry, eating duck liver. He's better than you. He's smarter than you. Don't worry, guys. He just misplaced $18 billion. Nope. Whoop. Whoop. Record high surplus, guys. He's got a record high surplus because Joey Basement sent him a care package of $500 billion. But don't worry, guys, because that doesn't cause inflation or anything. It's because of Thunberg. It's because of the nature. It's because of the clouds. The clouds cause the inflation, guys. Clouds. All the storms caused the inflation, guys. But don't worry, guys. Just enjoy your box of nerds on Halloween. By the way, it's fentanyl. Oopsies. Ho! But don't get that mysterious clap. Take this mysterious potion from this historically corrupt company that has absolutely nothing in mind but profiting off your despair. And don't you dare turn on your television and watch all of the commercials that tell you that you're very sick and very dumb and very fat and very lazy, and the only solution to it is pills, 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 and Joey Basement. Great, guys. Everybody's doing really good. Glad we're all here for the ride. Okay. That seems fun. But it's like, don't worry, guys. Big blue wave, equity, equity, equity. Meanwhile, every single person in the entire country is getting absolutely destroyed. And I don't know. It's, again, for the 5,000th time. I'm curious. It's like, what are the most expensive things that a person spends money on in their entire life? Like, what are the most crucial elements to a person's safety, security, and health? I'll go first. Maybe it's the ability to finance your residence where you live, the ability to pay your rent, the ability to heat your home, cool your home. All of those things seem kind of important. Well, the cost of energy is skyrocketing through the stratosphere. But don't worry, guys, because gas is down 7 cents because Joey Basement is releasing all of our strategic petroleum. But don't worry, because we're not going to need that in the case of a really serious situation. It's not like it's there for emergencies or anything. Nope, it's just there to artificially lower the price of gas until the midterm, so everybody can have a big blue wave and vote for everybody has a pen 15. Don't worry, guys. Gav's doing great. Everybody's doing great. You got the border czar, Krusty, Kamala Crust. Hasn't even been to the border. She's the border czar, though. And John Kerry's the climate czar, flying around the world in his ketchup-powered torpedo plane. He's on the torpedo. John's here to save the world. John's on the case, guys. Oh. Meanwhile, it's going to cost $5,000 to buy heating oil to heat your house this winter. And if you don't heat your house well, your house might freeze and your pipes might burst, and that'll be a whole lot more expensive than any of that oil ever was. But don't worry, because you can go and get a high-interest loan. No big deal. Nobody seems too concerned that the monthly price for a mortgage of a $500,000 home 2 years ago was somewhere like $2,000 a month. And that exact same home is now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% more per month. Your payment, instead of paying $2,000 a month, you're paying $3,500 a month for the exact same house. But nobody cares about that, guys, because if you have a Pen 15, you get to do whatever you want. You can be a girl. You can be an upside down giraffe. You live in a pineapple under the sea. You will call me the words that I want, and everything is great. But don't worry, guys. Don't get poisoned by the mysterious poison that's in the air. Just go and have your heart explode and go and have sudden adult death syndrome. Don't worry, guys. It's just another one of those pesky cases of sudden adult death syndrome where people just fall out of the sky for absolutely no reason at all other than that they exist. But don't worry, they're just in peak physical health and they're just like playing on a soccer team and sprinting, or they just finished a marathon or played in a hockey game or whatever, and they finished the event and then they just had a heart attack and just had SADS and just died. But who cares though? You know what I mean? It happens all the time. It totally happens all the time, so I've heard about it forever. So yeah, that's fine. That's totally cool. But don't worry, guys. Just give your kid this mysterious potion. Just give your kid this mysterious potion to protect them from something that is objectively less dangerous than basically almost every other thing. But who cares about that? Go get your candy, kids. Just make sure it's not fentanyl. You know what I mean? Here's your fentanyl testing kit when you go eat your box of nerds. Don't eat any food out of the Halloween. Don't eat any Halloween candy if you're in Connecticut. That nerd might be Fenty. Hoo, here we go. That'll be the sweetest box of nerds you ever got. And then you'll be sudden death syndrome. But don't worry, guys, because the border's secure. It's just, there's only like 2 million people that are just pouring over it, walking over. There's just dozens upon hundreds of people just from drowning in the Rio Grande. Don't worry, guys, though. It's the climate. Oh. Yo, that climate's really acting on that Rio Grande. Must be de Santa Claus. Rio de Santa Claus is what they call it. Did you know Ron DeSantis rerouted the Rio Grande River from Florida to Texas so that all the migrants could go drown in it? And then they're just like, traffic. Oh, DeSantis, traffic. It's like 49 people went to Martha's Vineyard for 15 minutes before they got the boot. Somebody threw a paper towel and a bag of Frosted Flakes at him, and they're like, virtuous. Meanwhile, 5,000 migrants landed in the Rio Grande Valley today. And they're like sleeping under a bridge, getting brought over by the cartel with a bounty on their head, getting tossed over a high fence and left for dead out in the desert, or just roasting in the back of a truck. But nobody cares about that because they weren't on Martha's Vineyard. Don't send them to the vineyard. We don't have enough resources. We don't have the resources. And people are actually in the comments on Gav's posts and all these super sads, sudden adult sad syndrome. They're all in the post and they're just like, that's inhumane that they sent them to Martha's Vineyard where there were no resources. Last time I checked, they got Frosted Flakes, they got Cheerios, they got a cup of soup, they slept on a cot, they took an air-conditioned bus to some military base 15 seconds after they got there. Everybody was so brave. Sounds like they had resources, demon. Meanwhile, there's 5,000 people sleeping in wet sleeping bags under a bridge in Del Rio. But who cares about that, guys? That's not inhumane. Who cares about all those people that got zapped in that truck in Texas? That's not inhumane. Who cares about all those people that they're pulling out of the Rio Grande River? That's not inhumane. Who cares about those American Border Patrol agents that are losing their life trying to rescue them out of that exact same river? Who cares about them? That's not inhumane, guys. Let them in, give them an ID, let them vote for free everything. Don't worry, it'll be fine. We don't have enough inflation. We're not scarce on resources, guys. We're totally fine. Just let them in. They can speak whatever language they want. They could be from wherever they want. They just got let out of prison in Venezuela, but let them in, guys, because they're human too. No one's saying they're not human. I'm just saying if the first thing that you ever do in America is break the law, maybe go home. I'm just saying. They're asylum. Oh, really? That's so funny that they came here from asylum. What about all the other countries that they passed through on their way to the U.S.? Why didn't they seek asylum there? Did they need to be 3,000 miles away from Guatemala to get asylum? Couldn't they have got asylum in Mexico or literally anywhere else? No, guys, they're all here for asylum. AOC is gonna go there and tickle their beanbag and rub their grundle and give them a nice soy sandwich with kale inside. It's because they're so brave, because they came. Asylum, asylum. Then how about the leave in Mexico policy? Oh, wait, no. That's just effective and actually worked and actually was a reasonable thing that they actually literally did. But who cares about that, guys? Who cares about what actually literally really objectively happens? Because it's inhumane to send 49 people on an air-conditioned charter jet to Martha's Vineyard for 15 minutes before they get a bowl of sugar smacks and sent packing with 150 National Guard. Call in the Marines because we're so brave and hospitable. So hospitable. And then all the literal demons that live literally under the earth that literally collect coins at the river Styx or on the View, and they're just like, Santa Claus, and they get all emotional because this is the thing. This is the argument. It's the only perspective that they have ever. It's emotion, emotion, emotion. The other guy is bad. If I talk really angry, like I'm really upset, it's the United States of Camaro, for Christ's sake. Then people are like, huh? They're like, Corn Pop, maybe Corn Pop was a bad dude. And they're just like, yeah, take everything, take our money, send it to Zelensky, send $1 billion to Zelensky every minute. He has a t-shirt, he is relatable, his wife is friendly, she knit you a sweater, send Pelosi over there, send Melted Turtle Mitch, send Melted Turtle Mitch over there, send Derek Zoolander over there, guys, send Zoolander over there, send Jessica Chastain over there, send Ben Stiller over there to tell him how much of a hero he is. He's so heroic. Send Ted Cruz over there. Send Crenshaw over there. Send Susan Rice over there. Send Susan Collins. Send them all over there, guys, so they can shake Zelensky's hand while they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer dollars so they can be like, good job, Zelensky. Good job, Zelensky. You're so brave, Zelensky. While they're shipping and just absolutely abusing the dollars that you worked your entire life to obtain, eroding them out right in front of your face. And people are like, big blue wave, Gavin. He's better than us. He deserves to eat at the French Laundry. Put more cameras on the subway, not police officers. Let the woman get booted in the face for equity. Cash bail is rings. Cash bails, rings. Nope. Let that psychopath on the street, he's just gonna kick her in the face. Just that guy that pooped in a bag and smeared it in that woman's face in the New York City subway for absolutely no reason and got out of jail the next day. Who cares about that though, guys? Everything is great. Big blue wave, guys. Set up a tent on the street corner because that's the only place you'll be able to live because the rich are better than you. You will eat the crickets. You will eat the bugs. You will eat the mealworm. And every single thing you ever worked for in your entire life in the country that you love so much. And every single war that was ever fought in the history of time is being eroded and burned away in real time right in front of your face. And every guy is like, I will eat the soy. I will eat the crickets. Toxic. And some girl's like, I have hairy armpits. I'm empowered now. Are you sure? Is that really what's empowering you? Good. I'm on a sex strike. If people eat sausages. Some guy's like, I would come over, but I'm exhausted because I've been eating leaves all day. Cool, guys. Cool. But nobody cares. Blame the hurricane onto Santa Claus. It's Hurricane Donald. Everything is bad. And every single news station for the next 2 weeks is going to be, look, this woman lost her cat. And it'll be like some woman that they shipped in from Kentucky. They pretended she had a cat. They found a picture. They found a stock photo of a cat on an Adobe stock photo. And they're like, look, she lost her cat. She's also an upside down they them frog pronoun that identifies as a piece of newspaper, but she is braver than us, and her home was washed away because of DeSantis. It's like that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be like, vote Dem, pay more taxes, drive an electric car so that there's no more hurricanes, guys. Vote for Klobuchar so there'll be no more hurricanes. Go on TV, emotion. Everything is about emotion. Nobody cares about facts. Nobody cares about what actually happens. Policy driving you into a literal untimely hole full of poop that they scooped up off the street in San Francisco. Just kidding. They didn't scoop it off the street because it's still there. They're like, oh, I'm so glad that you walked out of your 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 104 square foot apartment in downtown San Francisco. You just stepped in a pile of hot brown. But don't worry, because it came from somebody that identifies as a houseplant. So they're braver than you, they're better than you. You should take your money and give it to Zelensky, give it to them. And then in Los Angeles, these actual psycho, literal demons, they're actually trying to pass a law that the hotels in Los Angeles will have to report how many hotel rooms are empty at 2 o'clock or something. And then they're just supposed to give it to the homeless. Just give it to the homeless, guys. Well, there's 10,000 people on the street and there's 10,000 hotel rooms, so it makes perfect sense. You're low IQ. Yeah, and if anybody wanted to look into that law that they're trying to pass in Los Angeles, yeah, guys, I'll just get my $800 room at the Ritz-Carlton downtown Los Angeles, and some bumblebee tuna that hasn't had a shower in 6 weeks is going to be on the elevator having a mental breakdown, slinging poop at me. So while he invites all of his friends and to pop hypodermic needles on the 17th floor. But don't worry, guys, because it's so much safer and better. And it's not like enabling them or creating more of it or attracting more people there. It's not just like completely driving all of the hotel owners completely out of business after they've been financially destroyed for the last 2.5 years. But who cares about that? And meanwhile, the city is going to pay for all those hotel rooms at a fair market rate. Fair market rate? Are you out of your gourd? If I was in a hotel for 15 seconds and I saw a bumblebee tuna somersault in with some scraggly haired person that's been living under the bridge for 6 weeks, that's about to have a mental crisis in the lobby at breakfast, I'm canceling the room, dog. I'm getting out of there. What, are you gonna bring your family in there? Oh yeah. It's like, hey, little Jessica, could you go down the hallway and get a bucket of ice? She just never comes back. It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, we're in the Ritz-Carlton. It's probably straight. It's 3 doors down, and it's like, where did you go? I'll miss you. So the Bumble took you in his room because he's a vagrant. But whatever. It's like, yeah, good idea, guys. And people will be like, you're being mean to the Bumbles. No, I'm just saying this law is stupid, and if I don't laugh about it, I'm gonna go climb the nearest palm tree and let Hurricane Ian take me to Haiti, where I'll be safer and probably more prosperous. But whatever, guys, as long as Hill Dog doesn't come around and give me humanitarian aid. Her and Bill just flew in on Jeffrey Poopstein's private jet. I'm sure no kids got taken. Whatever. Nope, just kidding. Clinton Global Initiative, Haiti, what'd you do down there? I don't know. It's like, this is what we're catching on camera in America. Could you imagine what happened in Haiti? But whatever, can't talk about that. Bills on the flight logs. Speaking of logs, there's one on the street in front of your $5,000 a month, 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco, but who cares about that? Go Gavin, vote blue, guys. Vote blue. Blue. Let the forest burn. Better for the environment. Yo, what the hell's going on? Oh, man, we're doing great, guys. Doing great. For all the... Half the stream dropped off because they didn't have any meat today. They're like, I really want to have sex. That's why and they just pass out. And meanwhile, their clothes get stolen off their back because they haven't made it back to their house in San Diego yet, and they're on the street and they're just naked. They're like, nah. They're like, I guess I live here now. They're like, you know what? If I just ride it out through the rest of the day, I could get a hotel room downtown for free. San Diego, city of dreams. Yeah. We're doing great here in America. We are doing great in America. Oh my God, where did you go? But don't worry, guys, because the books got banned. They banned the books. It's like, I love it so much because if you don't pay attention, you're like, that sounds bad. It's like, what's in the books? What's in the books? It's like, oh my God, it's like a cartoon book of some kid getting his bag tickled by an adult male. It's like a cartoon in in an elementary school library, and the Santa Claus is like, how about no? And Gavin's like, disgusting. Ban the books. Yo, it's like, at what point is a book and not like? And not just like bad. I don't know. It's just like if it's on paper, if it's a book, it is absolved from all its sins. It doesn't matter if you print it on paper. It deserves to be preserved. It's like, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, there's a book. There's a book that tells like a 5-year-old. They're like, look down at your hand. If you can see any veins, if it's light colored, you're bad. It's like, ah. They're like, here you go. Here's a book that teaches you how to get popped in your brown eye by some adult that you trust, because it's fun. He's a map. Maps. Give me the map, Scott. How about you take the map and kick rocks, jabroni? But no, whatever, guys. Who cares? Who cares about that? Don't worry, guys. Let's not investigate or protect the children. Let's not protect the children from all of these literal demons that are lurking. Let's send it to Zelensky, guys. Let's just ship it out to Zelensky, because we're all good here. The kids are good. There's no Fenty. There's no Fenty in boxes of nerds in Connecticut. There's not 2 million coyotes just coyoteing people over the border. Who cares about that, guys? Let's not worry about that, because you could get cold cocked on the subway in broad daylight for literally existing, and the guy gets out of jail tomorrow after he clapped somebody when he was 14 and stabbed his sister with a screwdriver a month ago. But no. But don't worry, guys. It's like, take the subway. And then Eric Adams are like, the subway is safe. He's so cool. He's like, drink the water. Like 15 seconds later, they're like, there's literal poison in the water. I love New York water. No, you don't, Eric. Meanwhile, he's at the San Gennaro Fest, like eating Italian meats and cheeses, while 90% of the city can't even afford to eat any cheese. He's like, I'm so brave out here. Meanwhile, one of his own staffers gets held up at gunpoint in broad daylight on a Tuesday. But yeah, guys, come to New York City. City of dreams. City of dreams. Eric is here. Eric. Yeah, cool, guys. Don't worry, the maps are fine, everything's fine, the teachers are fine, the kids being indoctrinated, totally fine, all of the creepazoids online, totally fine. Send every spare dollar you have to Zelensky. Send it to Zelensky, guys, because we're doing fine. Who cares about the veterans? Who cares about the bumblebee tunas on the street? Who cares about the people getting clapped in broad daylight? Who cares about anything? If you look the wrong way, it doesn't matter. But if you're white and you trip over your shoelace and you accidentally scuff somebody's sneaker, you're on the 5 o'clock news. But you could clap a person in broad daylight, throw them in a van and just clap them, and they're just like, get that off the news. As that literal demon person in, in Wisconsin or whatever it was a month or two ago, just takes his car and just right through a parade of nice old ladies, and nobody cares. Off the news. Donnie, nuclear secrets. Donnie has a nuclear secret. And like, they're like, car drives into parade. It's like, did the car drive into the parade, or did the guy in the car drive into it's like, these people are demons among us. Literally no to everything you say. But meanwhile, people think they're on the right side of history. They're on the right side of history, guys, because they believe everything that Joe says, everything that White House Press Secretary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar says. If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar says it, it's true. It's a fact. If Circleback Sack says it, if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar says it, it's true. It is fact. It's like... They're like, I can't even watch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar anymore. Ducey will ask her like a legitimate question. He'll be like, he's like, Jen Psaki just said yesterday that crime is like the biggest threat to Democrats in America. Like, why do you think that is? And she's like, the president, Joe Biden, corn pop, I don't have anything new for you on that. New for you. The border is safe. Inflation. Kitchen table issue. Kitchen table. Joe is at your kitchen table. He's having a kitchen table issue. Joe is literally at your kitchen table tickling your grundle and asking your daughter why she's sitting so far away. Come over here, little lady. You look like you could be 16. Let me smell your hair. What was in the diary, Joe? What was in the diary, bro? But whatever, guys. Who cares? It's just Russian disinformation, I guess. It's just disinformation. Even though there's 500 pictures of Hunter getting a foot J from some creepazoid, but whatever. He's braver than us. He has a house in Malibu. He spits paint through a straw for hundreds of thousands of dollars. He smokes the Parmesan. He takes his gun and he throws it in a dumpster by a school. He breaks the law, but nobody gives a shit. Okay, good job, guys. Everybody's doing great. Hunter, Hunter, Hunter. He spits paint through a straw. He's an artist now. I thought he was an artist. He's an artist now. He spits paint through a straw. Cool, guys. Cool. He wrote a book, too. He wrote a book where he's just like, yeah, I was like crawling around on the carpet and smoking Parmesan during the campaign. And they're like, Don Jr. is addicted to that snow. And it's like, is he though? Because this dude literally said it. There's 5,000 videos and photos. He wrote a book about it. Wrote a book. He's he's in 4K, 1080p HD with a microphone clipped to his collar, and he's like, I smoked more Parmesan than any Italians ever had on pasta in their entire life. And they're like, Don Jr. is a cokehead. It's like, got it. Could have fooled me. Donnie has the nuclear secret. Yeah, guys, just in case you guys were curious, here's a quick heads up. Donald J. Ballpark was looking to scrounge up some extra cash before he ran for president again, so he stole nuclear secrets in boxes he didn't pack and let the FBI come and look at them a multitude of times, and then he left them scattered on the ground on the carpet in one of his 1,000 homes in America for the FBI to come and raid them and find out that he's been selling nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary, yet despite the fact that he's sold nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary, according to you, he still walks free right now. He committed literally high treason and sold nuclear secrets to some foreign adversary, but he's at his golf club right now putting on the 9th green. Right now, he's on the 9th green eating a turkey sandwich, and he's got a chocolate cake waiting for him at Trump Tower later, but he sold nuclear secrets, guys, because I saw it on CNN. You're dumb. You're so dumb. Oh my God, you're dumb. But yeah, guys, he sold the nuclear secrets, and you found the truth because they said it on CNN. What planet are you on? Don't you think if this dude sold nuclear secrets, he'd be in jail right now? But no, guys, he's just putting for par. Don't worry, guys. He's just putting for par. They're going to get him soon, guys. Don't worry. They're going to get him soon. Because he's eating a turkey sandwich on the 18th hole right now, but they're going to get him, guys. Oh, boy. Oh, Donald Trump, they're going to get him, guys. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's like, yo, what planet are these people living on? Oh, my God. What are you doing? He sold that new... Dude. Yo, it's like they can't solve a murder that was caught on camera in the biggest city in America and the most prosperous nation the world has ever known. They can't catch a criminal until he turned himself in New York, but they happened to uncover this diabolical plot that Donnie sold nuclear secrets, and it happened to make its way to Don Lime in one day. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Guys, what are you doing? People are so stupid. They're so stupid. And they're just... and they post it on Instagram. They're like, oh, boy. They're like, they got him, guys. What are you talking about? Oh, my God. They are so insane. But they're like, you're in a cult. I'm in a cult. There's 195 channels on cable television, and 193 of them are like, good job, Joe. Joe's so brave. Joe's so strong. Joe's better than you. Hokel. Look, Eric Adams, so cool. Gavin. Look, he's braver than us. Look, it's Joy Behar, vision of health. Look, it's Whoopi Cushion, vision of health. Whoopi Cushion and Joy Behar have to be trucked in on a forklift, and they're like, health secrets. How about no Whoopi Cushion? How about you don't tell me what to do with my health ever for the rest of your life? Whoop. You guys are sad inside. Misery Behar, I'm gonna take health advice from it. Ignore the physically fit guy in the shape of his life, Joe Rogan, Joey Roggs. It's like talking to like the most highly decorated scientists and doctors in the entire world, and people are like, no. Let's figure out what Whoopi Cushion has to say. What planet are you on? Like Whoopi's like, yeah. People are listening. Joy Behar, I'm gonna wear my mask at home. I'm gonna wear my mask at home alone. It's like, and then 15 minutes later, she's at some restaurant in Manhattan, like, who? Somebody just like, we have cameras on these phones, right? Shut up, Misery. It's like, these people are just towing the line for the establishment, and people think they're on the right side of history for this. It's like, oh, did you ever look who owns CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN? Did you ever look who owns these institutions? Of course not, because you're too busy. You're too busy telling people how to call you by a frog pronoun on TikSnap. Good for you, dude. Good for you. They're like, why am I so sad inside? It's like, I don't know. Maybe because you haven't had a beef cheeseburger in a couple of days, and maybe found a man that falls into like traditional gender norms, like opens a door for you. Don't open the door for me. I can open my own door. It's like, okay. I have hairy armpits because it's empowering. And the guy's like, I'm out. Deuces. Like literally peace. He's like, I'm gonna go have a filet mignon because this is not worth it. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm just gonna watch football and play NFL 2K12 or whatever. I'm gonna go play Blitz instead of dealing with this malark. But okay, guys. Yeah. But no, our moral and intellectual betters, Whoop Cushion and the gang, it's like I say it 5,000 times. I cannot imagine thinking that you're on the right side of history because you agree with Whoopi Cushion, all the daytime television stars. You're on the same side of the political aisle as Billie Eilish and Madonna, guys. It's you and Madonna. You, Madonna, and Billie. You and Billie are going to get it. Meanwhile, in every single photo, video, every single thing ever, Billie Eilish is like, I'm depressed, I'm sad inside, I'm upset, I have no friends. It's like, and I'm not even trying to dunk on Billie. I'm just saying I don't take political advice from Cardi B. You know what I mean? They're like, Cardi says it. She's so sassy. She gets off an interview with Joe Biden, and then she's like, you got stanky ass. It's like, cause you got chicken wing juice all up in your. It's like, this interviews Joe Biden. And then Joe was like, it's really important that people like you really speak up. And then Billie Eilish is on her Instagram, like, make sure you guys vote for Joe, as she like lives in a pit of sadness and despair. Every single song she's like, I'm so sad. And like, cool, guys. All right, guys, cool. I'm on the same side of the political aisle as Olivia Rodrigo and Madonna. Has anybody checked on Madonna lately? Does anybody think that Madonna is operating with a rational mind? She made like a 3D NFT of like her clam and sold it on TikTok. And people are like, this is fine. They're like, have her speak at the political rally. These are literal, these are facts. There's no person funny. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I am not funny enough to make up these stories. They're just so dumb and true that these people are like, yep, that's good. I'm with Billie. I vote with Olivia Rodrigo. She's 18. Good for you. Good for you, guys. What are you doing? Like, what is going on? These are the exact same people that are just like, I'm sad inside. I'm in a pit of despair. Ma, the meatloaf. Like, let me watch ASMR mukbang videos where people are like, it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, get a job. Get a job. Like, get a part-time job. Like literally learn something. Okay. Oh, man. Doing fine, guys. We are all doing fine. No gender. Don't say guys. Say folks with an X. Say folks. Oh, my God. Everything is really good. So that's great. That is so just awesome. Thank you to Funny J355. I want to take a quick quafe or whatever to say thanks to the people that are sending some stuff. Thank you, Funny J, for the roses on TikSnap. Really appreciate that on TikTok. Appreciate that. Thanks to everybody that's been sending the badges. I saw a bunch coming in. Thank you, MJ Torkel, Tiff Campbell, RL Ortiz 619, Don Marine, Alberta Bear, Corinne Tatum 3.0, Shell 115070, X O'Connor, Sojourner Henson, Dania B. Liftoff, Austin Kramer, Miss M80, Crown Prince of Cigars, Linda Hare Driscoll, CJ Rocks, Karami 3. Thank you guys so much for the badges on Instagram. I really appreciate that. Thank you to all the people that got the hearts and the pluses and whatever on Instagram. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. I saw a couple Venmos come in as well. Thank you guys so much for the Venmos. I really appreciate it. Check out the merch on bobbysauce.com after the stream is over. And again, make sure you go to bobbysauceshow.com and rate the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the places the podcasts are listened to. You're cool as hell. You had Corinne Tatum watching. Yeah, Corinne's awesome. Met her at America Fest last year in Arizona. Love her content. Love her husband's content. A+. Power couple. People that are executing and are also absolutely hilarious. Love that. Somebody said I don't have Venmo. You can support on bobbysauce.com, or I do Cash App, PayPal, all that stuff. But either way, I appreciate the support, and thank you so much to everybody that's been doing that. I want to take a few minutes and look at the comments and interact with y'all on the comments. So I know people chirp me sometimes because I don't read the comments when I'm zipping and zapping and like ruining everybody's life. Big thanks, Chooks Official. So I'll read some of the. My Cash App is Take Naps. Cash App $ Take Naps. TAKENAPS. Thank you so much for asking. Cash App is Take Naps. Pompeo. My faces are classic. Thank you, Patriot Girl 179. Thank you, Maggie May on Facebook. Appreciate that. Yeah, I went absolutely insane right there because just the world is so dumb. And it kills me because it's like whenever I struggle with how just like sloppy and insane everything is, the only thing I can think to do is just laugh about it and make some jokes about it because I'm like, this is just so dark. It's so dark because thank you so much, JJ, for the Venmo. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Somebody said, do I in fact take naps? Yes, you are so spot on. Thank you so much. Thank you for real 2000 on YouTube. Appreciate that. Somebody said, who does Donnie T pick as his VP? I don't know. I think it's too early to say that for sure. Thank you, Funny Jay. Appreciate it for the Cash App. Who does he pick as his VP? I have no idea. That's hard to say at this point. I think like a Josh Hawley or somebody to that degree would be cool, but I really don't know. I think it's too early to say. I do love that. That's the thing is like you gotta just find some some jokes and all this and a way to deliver the truth because it's just so dark and it's so bad and it's like I just don't understand how people don't understand it and they don't believe it. It's just I just find it so preposterous. It's like how could you look at the state of California right now and just be like yeah, like this is totally fine. And then you got people and like the people on TikTok, it's like these people are 12 years old or they're like highly uninformed. And they're just like so sad. And all they talk about is like they can't get out of their head about how bad Donnie is and how bad the world is. And then they just go and vote for more of it. They're like take advantage of me, steal all my money, force me to wear a diaper, make it so that I can't do anything that a normal human being could do. I can't travel. I can't see my family from out of the country. Even if I have an exemption, even if I have a religious exemption, a medical exemption, even if my doctor tells me that I can't do it. Nope. It's like fire them, eliminate from their job, kick them out of the military. It's like kick them out of school. Don't let the kids learn. Make the kids wear a diaper. It's like these people, they're asking for subservience. And I posted a great video yesterday, I think, called Do We Deserve Freedom? If you haven't watched it, it's on my YouTube, it's on my Facebook, it's on my Instagram, as well as my Getter. It's called Do We Deserve Freedom? And it's an awesome video where I just talk about how they're they're systematically dismantling every single freedom that we have. It's like, they take away your money. They devalue it right out of your pocket. They burn the value of the money right out of your pocket by deflating it. Thank you, Amanda, for the Venmo. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, they erode the money, the thing you work for your entire life, the key to your prosperity, the key to your health, the key to your medical bills, the key to the food that you buy, the quality of the food that you buy, the quality of the medical care that you buy, the quality of the medicines that you buy, the quality of your wheelchair. Thank you so much, Nicole, for the Venmo. Really appreciate that. Thank you again. So it's like the money gets burned out from right underneath you to be able to finance a rainy day, buy food in the case you lose your job, buy medical care if you absolutely need to, buy heating oil, buy gasoline, buy a protection device in case somebody's coming to get you, whatever. They take all that away. You got to drink water from the city. The water from the city is trash. So you got to buy, if you're going to drink water, essentially the lifeblood of a human being, it's like you got to buy bottled water. You got to buy water from a spring, from a source. You got to get it delivered to you. It's expensive. I probably spend over $100 a month on just water that I drink. That's not even water that I'm showering in. And the water that I'm showering in should be going through a filter too, but there's another $2,000 for a filter for your house to make sure that the water that you're getting doesn't have trash in it. And it's like, okay, so they're eroding your ability to self-preserve. Then they take away your ability to protect yourself. They don't enforce any of the laws that all the criminals are breaking with absolute impunity. They defund the police departments and disable and dismantle their ability to prosecute, even if they do. They say it's the wrong color, it's the wrong this, it's equity, it's some type of trap, it's some systemic whatever. So every single thing is totally fine. No cash bail. Let them out on the streets. So you're in this perpetual fear state. Every single mainstream media outlet is bought and paid for. Thank you, Catherine, for the Venmo. Bought, paid for, dictated to by the establishment. BlackRock owns the entire world. Shadowy, nefarious organizations that are not elected, that have been running the world for 100 years. Family lineages that have more money than you'll ever have in 1,000 lifetimes are sitting there trying to tell you that they're on your side and you should come to my funeral and cry for me, but I can fly in my private jet and take my private yacht and I can eat the best, highest quality food in the world, but you got to eat the bugs and you got to eat the mealworm and you got to go sit at home in a pit of despair and get the insulin and drink the high fructose corn syrup and eat the garbage food, eat the processed meats, eat the garbage in the middle aisles and go and have an early death after you worked your entire life in a factory for Amazon so that you could pump out products that were made by underpaid kids and gine with absolutely no regulations. But make sure that you park your car and don't charge it too much and don't fill it up with gasoline because you're very bad and very evil. And by the way, eat the crickets and eat the cockroaches and eat the mealworm and don't question anything. And by the way, while your kid's at school, I'm going to teach him that if he chops off his pen 15, that he's a lady now. Thank you, Margaret, for the Venmo. Oh, and by the way, the teacher that you barely even know that's like upside down, unhealthy looking, spectacle glasses, green hair, a mohawk, sat inside, armpit hair, like on a sex strike for the last 23 years, is teaching your kid that, by the way, I'll call you Mix. Call me Mix Germs. It's like, what are you even talking about? Oh, by the way, put on your diaper and don't learn anything and don't learn any motor skills and don't learn English and basic math and watch Justin Awad's interviews on TikTok and see that an 18-year-old kid that graduated from high school doesn't know how to do 25% off 100. All right, guys, good job. The youth of America is doing great. Meanwhile, the military is having a tough time recruiting new recruits. The police departments are having a tough time recruiting new recruits. There's rampant crime in major cities all across America. Burglaries, larcenies, car robberies. You got Wawas getting ravaged and ransacked in broad daylight. 500 people in there stealing stuff off the walls. You got major cities and even high value areas. Beverly Hills, Chicago's Miracle Mile, where people are just getting robbed in broad daylight, stealing bags, watches, beating people up, putting poop in their face on the subway with absolutely no recourse whatsoever. People dare to speak the truth on the interwebs and they get snapped, crackled, and popped, deleted, or removed from the conversation. Meanwhile, their private messages get read, scanned, indexed. They got people knocking down the door at their house. You got members of Congress getting swatted for absolutely no reason. You got people getting arrested for things that they didn't even do. You got people that stood at a building and protested when there was an entire year of people burning down buildings and causing tens of billions of dollars of private and public destruction for an entire year because some dude committed a crime and a bad thing happened, of which we don't even know exactly what happened, but that guy goes to prison and the other guy goes to prison and the other guy goes to prison and they burn down the Wendy's because they're better than you, and that's okay. But if a guy stands at a place in broad daylight and doesn't do anything but walk inside, he sits in solitary confinement for 15 months and nobody cares. And then your supposed representatives, your supposed America First right-wing representatives like Ted Cruz and Dan Crenshaw are so quick to sign off your billions of dollars and send it over to Zelensky, who is a completely and totally corrupt installed politico that's there removing all of his political adversaries, removing all the other political parties, centralizing all of the sources of media so that the only truth is his truth. The only truth that actually comes out of that place is filtered and homogenized and processed and approved by the establishment. And then all of our losers, all of our supposed right-wing, Republican, America First, stand up for America people like Melted Turtle Mitch, who we all wish would retire, all these demons just fly over to shake Zelensky's hand and tickle his grundle and make sure that he got our money all right while people are pooping on the street in front of a $5,000 one-bedroom apartment in America's largest cities, and you're stepping over hypodermic needles to get on the bus to go to school where you wear a diaper all day and get taught that America's bad and you're bad because you look like this and the world is on fire and nobody cares, and they blame hurricanes on DeSantis, and we'll be able to save the world and save the climate if only you just pay more in taxes, and we're going to get the billionaires, guys, while we stick the IRS agents on you. But don't worry, guys, because no big deal. America's bad and America's evil and Christopher Columbo and cancel Columbus Day and everything's a holiday and everything's free and AOC should be the president and Stephen Colbert is telling you the truth, guys. Don't worry. Just don't worry, everybody. Be lulled into subservience while simultaneous explosive devices go off and break up Nord Stream 2. There's hundreds of tons of natural gas or whatever leaking into the ocean right now, and Germany and all these other countries that are not going to be able to get their heating oil this winter are all going to be crippled for absolutely no reason, and people are going to suffer in this modern world while make sure you get Zelensky. Zelensky's on the Grammys, guys. Zelensky's at the Grammys. He's braver than you. He's better than you. He's on the cover of Vogue. His wife is relatable. He's got a green t-shirt. He's got green cargo pants. He's wearing comfy sneaks on the job. Green tea. He's exercising. He's eating right. He's eating well, guys. But send the kids to war. Draft the kids in Russia. Draft the kids in Ukraine. You can't cross the border because you got to help Zelensky, guys. Meanwhile, we're not extending this by financing it. We're shipping tens of billions of dollars over there, but don't worry, guys, because we're not involved at all. We're just getting in a hot war with a nuclear power for the first time in history, while Joey Basement, who can barely formulate a half a sentence, doesn't even know what planet he's on, is getting interviewed by a media that runs messaging for him, while Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is lying through her teeth on the podium every single day, not held accountable by any single person imaginable. But don't worry, guys, because they're taking the phone from the MyPillow guy at an Arby's drive-thru, guys. We're all going to be safe. Don't worry, guys. They got the MyPillow guy's cell phone at the Arby's, guys. But everybody can run, but all these demons can run amok. Don't worry, guys. We're going to be safe. It's totally fine. Meanwhile, Putin is like, yo, I'm about to drop some nukes on y'all. I don't know. He's like, it's not a threat. Or he's like, I'm not bluffing. And people are like, protest the bathrooms in Virginia, guys. Mainstream media. Everybody watches TV. And then you got all these people that just toe the line for the establishment and regurgitate the exact same talking points that all the people that have been running and destroying every single aspect of your freedom, your money, your financial independence, your literal independence, your freedom, they've been destroying it all this time. And people are lining up and they're like, don't worry, guys. They said it on CNN. Literally actively choosing subservience, living a tofu and soy lifestyle while you're eating your sustenance as dandelion spores and crickets, and you're blowing in the breeze. You're blowing in the breeze like a limp noodle. And meanwhile, women are getting boots in the face on the subway in broad daylight, but nobody's there to protect. Nobody cares. There's a guy in Manhattan at a McDonald's with an axe in his backpack, smashing windows and threatening women right to their face, and all the guys can do is stand there and stare at him from 20 feet around when 20 human adult men didn't, I don't know, maybe get on the guy's back, maybe jump the guy, maybe grab the freaking axe out of his hand. No, every idiot, loser, soy, limp noodle, dweeb guy, every soy boy stood there, and all they could do is film it on their camera phone while the woman sits there and has this dude intimidating her right to his face. But don't worry, guys, but because of equity, he paid no cash bail and got out of jail the next day so he could walk down the street with a hatchet in his backpack, guys. But don't worry, because we gotta make sure that Visa and MasterCard flag if you purchase a device to protect your home, your family, your children, your grandmother, and your wife, guys. Don't worry. Oh, did I say wife? You can't say wife because that's bad now. Because in Italy, she's like wife, family, kids, country. Love your family. Don't be subservient to these demons. And they're like, she's a fascist. It's like, okay, guys, we're doing great. We are doing great, everyone. Glad everybody's paying attention to the things that actually matter. While the literal world burns to the literal ground, the freest nation the world has ever known, the last free bastion of freedom that has ever existed in the history of time gets eroded right from under your face. Diaper the kids, give them the mystery potion, cut off their pen 15, tell them that they're bad, tell them that they're evil, have them read a book that has a diagram on how to take one in the brown eye, and everybody's going to be fine, guys. The kids are going to be all right, because don't worry, they're protesting bathrooms in Virginia, guys, because everybody's better than you. They're braver than you. Everyone's doing great. The world is literally on fire, and nobody cares. They're like, what's on Netflix? Netflix. I don't pay attention to that stuff because it's dark. It's like, okay, as they ship their kid off to school in a bus to get indoctrinated by some Zimzer. Good idea, guys. Good idea. They're at shop class and they got hit in the face by a 50-pound bazonga, but who cares? You know what I mean? Because it's equity. Good job, guys. Everybody's doing great. We're doing awesome. But don't worry, everyone. Don't worry. Yeah, we're doing great. Yes, we are on multiple devices. We're on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are live streaming on Getter, Facebook, and YouTube right now. Yeah, and then people are just in the comments on TikTok just being like, Donnie, all I can think about is Donnie. Everybody's on the Donnie. Everybody thinks Donnie. Yeah, guys, you guys are doing great. I love blocking people on TikTok. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite activities. But yeah, guys, we're doing good. Big blue wave, everyone. Big blue wave. Vote for Gav, guys. Vote for Gav. Meanwhile, allegedly adult human persons are like in my comments writing in all caps on TikTok, and they're like, I'm helping. Congratulations. The shop teacher is proving a point. You don't know the full story. I actually do know the full story. Allegedly, I saw that post. I know exactly what you're talking about. I would wager that maybe you don't know the full story either. I don't know, but just because I'm talking about it doesn't mean I don't know the full story. Maybe he's trolling them, and if he is, good on him, but I don't know. Maybe he is, and I hope that's the case. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter at this point. People are like, you seem kind of upset, bro. Yeah, I'm upset because you're destroying our country because you're voting for Zimzers and destroying it. But yeah, no, yeah, I am kind of upset. Honestly, you should be obsessed, to be honest. But no, don't be upset, guys. Just ship your kids off to school in their compliance diaper, guys. Make them get the mysterious potion. Oopsies, they had sudden I'm not alive anymore syndrome. Oopsie daisies, guys. Meanwhile, Albert Bourla's like, you will take it. You will take it in your brown eye for the rest of your life. It's like, yucky, guys. But yeah, what are you, mad? What are you, upset? Yeah, I am upset. And you should be upset too, but okay. Good for you. Like everyone's collapsing all around him. And they're just like, this is fine. Go, Joe. Get him, Joe. Get him, Joe. She was 12 and I was 30. Anyways, what is that about? Take your meds. See, that's the type of stuff. Somebody's in the comments on TikTok. Take your meds. It's like, that's the type of logic of these people. They're just like, the solution to all my problems is meds. I'm going to take meds. Hungry? Meds. Sad? Meds. Hate your dad? Pills. Eat these pills. Mysterious pills. Vote for me. I'll save you. I'll save you from the hurricane. I'll save you from your angry. I'll save you from the sad relationship you have with your father. Just take these pills. Take these pills. pills, pills, pills. Presented by Pfizer. Presented by Moderna. Take this mysterious potion and eat all the pills. Eat the pills. Congratulations. We are doing great. Somebody's like, if you rant, you actually have to be funny. Is that why you're here, Bruce? Pound sand, jabroni. Like, you actually have to be funny. Funny, subjective, pound sand. Go eat your pills. Eat your pills. Moderna. I eat my Moderna. I follow the rules. Joe. Joe is brave. Better than me. Bounce me on his knees. Krusty is smart. Krusty is good. She checks all the boxes. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best press secretary because she said she checks all the intersectional boxes. She's better than us. It doesn't matter what she says. She has on a yellow dress. She's doing great. Cool, guys. Cool. I'm going to go in a grown man's TikTok feed and scream at him. I'm better than you. Oh. I just made this fake account. I just made this fake account so I could yell things from my mom's basement on TikSnap. What, are there only 30 people in here? Yeah. Yeah, there is. There are. There was. Thanks, Mrs. VW, for the badge on Instagram. Appreciate that. What was I like as a kid? I got sent to the principal's office on the second day of high school. I think the first day, actually. I could have been nicer in high school, if we're being completely honest. It's like you're always, it's like it's like you vent your own problems. It's like you're not sure yourself, so you try to pull other people down. I'll admit it. When I was 14, it's like survival of the fittest. You're like, I gotta identify a nerd so that nobody looks at me, so that people don't think that I'm the nerd. We have to establish who's the nerd immediately. And like, interestingly enough, the kid that I went to the principal's office, like, I know this kid and I'm cool with him to this day. But like, when we were 14, it's like, that kid's the nerd, not me. People, you vent how you feel about yourself. That's how it works. So it's like, you feel bad about yourself, you vent it to other people. So like, these allegedly adult human personas that are primarily on TikTok, but also exist in other places, but primarily reside on TikTok, the back hallway of the back hallway of an abandoned middle school of the internet. They're just like very sad and very angry and venting their frustrations that they have with their own lack of progress in life. And they are probably pretty upset because they've been sold down the river by every politician, yet they're happy to get their cheeks clapped from the establishment and take their marching orders from Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon and every one of these bought and paid for corporate shills that tell them how to think, what to think about, what's the truth, what's a fact. Here's the demon, here's the bad person. Everybody focus your attention on the bad orange evil man while we take your money, take your food, take your water, poison you, take control of the mental capacity of your children, not allow them to learn, not allow you to move, not allow you to go to the hospital, not allow you to get a cancer screening, a tuberculosis screening, lock you in your house, not allow you to exercise, poison you slowly while we tell you not to go and get sunlight, not go exercise, don't do any yoga, sit at home in a sad pit of despair and scroll through TikTok and post clown emojis on another grown man's account that's trying to do something to actually help people in the world and prosper a little bit and spread a message that he or she or Zim or Zer feels passionately about. But no, you're producing and outputting absolutely nothing for the world but making fake TikTok accounts and sending clown emojis. Congratulations, you're sad inside. The meatloaf's ready. Your mom is calling you. Head upstairs and shut the stream down, because if you drop the phone too early and it cracks, you're going to need to ask daddy to pay for a new one. But but keep venting. But you're really sticking it to me, right? You're sticking it to me by commenting clown emojis. Congratulations, you're sad inside. Everybody knows it, but whatever. This guy's supposed to be funny. It's like, it's literally free. Like, no one made you get here. Click the X, don't care, could care less. The meatloaf! The meatloaf! Oh my God. And yet, as soon as I finish any rant, any like logic-based or truthful rant, they're like, Trump. The meatloaf. Ma, the meatloaf. Ma, give the meatloaf. Yeah. So anyhow. Literally the meatloaf. You talk so fast and every word you speak is precise. Thank you so much. 777 Dojo. Appreciate that. See, Bruce is still in the chat on TikTok. He's like, so was Trump the worst president in history or what? It's like, who paid you? The meatloaf, Bruce. The meatloaf. Bruce. Literally Bruce the meatloaf. You know somebody like feels self-confident when their profile picture is just like an upside down, like it's like an upside down like giraffe emoji that they found on BitChute, or that they found on what's it called, Google image search. They're like, this guy sucks. It's like, is that why you posted it? Is that why your profile photo is like is a tree? It's like, okay. I'm mad, clown emoji. It's like, okay, I'm helping. Yeah. Hey, Bruce, thanks so much for your comments on TikTok. And you're blocked. And goodbye. Goodbye. Will you make a meatloaf shirt? I could do that. Ma, the meatloaf. Yeah, I'll make a note to do that. A tree stump. Ah! Oh my God. Yeah, Bruce just got clapped from the TikTok. The meatloaf, ma. Thank you, James, on YouTube. I'm going to start featuring some of the Facebook and YouTube comments in the stream. So if you guys want to make some good comments, I might feature you in the stream if you're on Facebook or YouTube. I'm still watching all the comments everywhere else, though. Sorry that I keep sniffing in the... I think it's all the jambalaya out in the world. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. I'm getting dust particles in my nostrils. Bruce got clapped. Pitiful Bruce. Maggie on YouTube said, Bobby, explain the corn has the juice. There's a viral video going around on TikTok where it's a young kid where he's getting interviewed about him liking corn. And he's just like, how much do you like corn? He's like, it's corn. It has the juice. And there's like a ton of viral songs and memes and stuff going around about the corn being the juice. So I made a shirt yesterday. It's on bobbysauce.com. It just says, it has the juice, and there's just a corn cob there. Get it on bobbysauce.com. It has the juice. Just go on the search and search it has the juice, or click on the new tab on the top of bobbysauce.com and get it. It has the juice shirt. If you want a saying, like let's say you want literally no, but you want it on a sticker or a backpack, or you want it on a hat or something like that, you don't see it in the store, send me an email, woke@bobbysauce.com. woke@bobbysauce.com, and I will make whatever you want on a t-shirt. Kelly says, Ma, the meatloaf, I'm buying. Christine Courtney says, I love your rants. I'm here up in Chicago. A lot of my friends I grew up with are Democrats. That's right. Not surprising. Meanwhile, Chicago is falling into a pit of despair, but nobody cares over there. Nobody cares, guys, because Lori Lightfoot is so much better than you. She looks like a Bond villain. She has a top hat on. She's wearing comfy garb. She's at Lollapalooza. But she's better than you guys, and she won't take interviews with you if you have the wrong skin color, because she's better than you, she's braver than you, and she checks all the boxes, guys. Good job, Lori. Lori's doing great. Chicago is being driven into a pit of despair, but don't worry, guys, because she is checking the boxes. Thank you, Christine. She said, I share your content a lot on TikTok. I appreciate that. People on the TikTok stream fall off because I just dog them, because they're all just like, as soon as I said Ma the meatloaf, like half the TikTok stream jumped up. They're like, the meatloaf? It's ready? I'm going to grab what does it say? I'm going to grab a clown shirt. What did he just say? I'm going to grab a corn shirt. Yeah, you should, Austin. Grab it. I can make an It Has the Juice hoodie or whatever else. I think I only made t-shirts, but if you want it on a hoodie or a zip up or something like that, I'll put a little corn cob right here, and on the back I'll just write It Has the Juice. And people will be like, ah. I'm not like, if I was walking down if I was at the airport tomorrow and I saw a person that had an It Has the Juice shirt on with a corn cob, I would die laughing. It's one of those like, if you know type scenarios. That's kind of the best thing when it comes to these shirts. It's like silent activism. It's like, if you get it, it's hilarious. It's kind of like on Halloween. When you go out on Halloween and somebody has a costume that 95% of people don't get, but the 5% of people that get it are just like, yes, I went for Halloween one time as Harry Carey. So some people know who that is. Some people don't know who that is. And I went as the Will Ferrell SNL depiction of Harry Carey. And some people like loved it, thought it was absolutely hilarious. Most people just thought I was like an old man with big glasses. But the people that got it. And that's like what it has the juice t-shirt is like. Like people would come up to me and they're just like, if the moon was made of spare ribs, would you eat it? And I was like, heck, you know, I would. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot is doing great. Thank you, Joval, Joval576 on TikTok. Appreciate that. Was I drunk on that particular Halloween? Yeah, I believe I was drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk the whole time, but as I got more drunk, I was like, hey, if the moon was made of cheese, would you eat it? Heck, I know I would. And I had the white hair and the whole thing. It was good. Beetlejuice. Did anybody see the Apple News hack? I don't know. People are talking about Apple News. I have not seen that. I don't have an iPhone that I use as my day-to-day. The iPhone's over there. The Android's over here. I don't use the iPhone as my day-to-day, so I don't know about that yet, but I'm sure I'll find out quickly after the stream. It has the juice. It's a big lump of knobs. Ma the meatloaf. Ma the meatloaf. You were ranting for hours earlier. Yeah, the stream is 1 hour and 46 minutes right now. The longest stream I've ever done is over 4 hours. And I love just like absolutely zapping and going hamburgers and literal cheese. Just because everything's so dumb that it's like without this ranting, I don't even know what I would do. I would probably I'd probably be at a social situation with my friends and I'd be like, do you guys know what they're doing with the Nord Stream 2? You know, they'd be like, Nord Stream, what is it now? Nordstrom's? And I'd be like, I would freak out. If I didn't have you, if I didn't have all of you, if I didn't have you and you and you, if I didn't have you, I don't know what I would do. I honestly don't. Probably smash my head up against the wall and be like, yeah, Nick. Somebody said, I don't know if I would be going ham. A lot of the stuff you said was unhinged, LOL. Was it unhinged? Okay. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, it was super unhinged. I was just like reciting true, literal, actual facts in an animated way that keeps people entertained so that they can laugh a little bit while the Titanic literally sinks into the ocean because it hit an iceberg made of leftists. But yeah, it's unhinged, all right. You know what's not unhinged? I'm a girl now, not unhinged. Oh, I can go in whatever bathroom, even after a horrible thing happens in the aforementioned changing room, in the exact same school that they're protesting at. But no, I'm unhinged for pointing it out. Got it. There's just criminals walking the street smearing poop in people's face in Manhattan. But I'm unhinged because I said that they put $5 million into cameras instead of police officers. But no, just let me just rephrase it. I'm unhinged. Oh yeah, all the women, elderly people, and men that are not able to defend themselves against 5 henchmen that just busted in the front door of their house in New York State. They can't defend themselves, but I'm unhinged for pointing it out. Got it. I got it, guys. I'm unhinged for suggesting that maybe Donnie didn't have nuclear secrets just because you saw it on CNN, but I'm unhinged because I pointed it out. Are you out of your gourd? Yes, I'm unhinged, guys. Everybody back up, because the unhinged guy is out here just talking about objectively true facts. Somebody said police have enough funding, LOL. Do they have enough funding? That's so funny. You ever been to New Orleans? Go Google right now. Google police response time New Orleans. Go and Google police response time New Orleans. I bet the people in the inner city in New Orleans don't think that they have enough funding. Boggle Glock, hey? Sick comment. Guy on TikTok's like, the police are fine. Like people are getting carjacked in broad daylight in major American cities. Like, they're good. It's like, yeah, everything's fine if you've been sitting in your parents' basement eating meatloaf. But yeah, out here in the real world where literal human persons are existing, like literally out here on the Earth's crust where we were just trying to live our life, like we're not doing great, Bob. And I'm actually doing fine. I'm good. I have a house over my head. I have my health. I have my family. I have people that love me. My dog is here. The dog is living. I got 4 computer screens behind me, 2 phones in front of me. I got lights. I got the camera. I got action. I got hundreds of people watching, I'm doing fine. I'm good. But the people that aren't doing good are the people that you don't see. That's who I'm trying to talk about, because those people don't happen to have the opportunity to have the platform that I happen to have right now. So I'm speaking up on their behalf. What are you doing? You're clearly not being unhinged enough. Maybe you should reconsider that. Yeah, the rain is getting zapping. Somebody on Beer Mountain on YouTube said, make sure you listen to the No Agenda podcast. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, they're giving the NYPD their jobs. Like, yep, that's right. So, this person on TikTok, what type of bot farm do you live in? Investing in police doesn't lower crime rates. LOL. Okay, what does lower crime rates? Giving everybody a free bag of sneakers, a free snack, letting people ransack stores. What do you think lowers crime rates, dude? What do you think lowers crime rates? Investing in police? Definitely couldn't be that. Couldn't be that, guys. It's not prisons and enforcement and police officers and people on patrol. It's definitely not that. The crime rate just goes down because you say you can be a girl now. What planet are you on? Don't worry, guys. Investing in the police doesn't lower the crime. That's like saying planting crops doesn't help people eat more. Yeah, it's just we're just growing corn for the sky. It has the juice. Okay. Investing in cows. Who wrote that? Is that you, George? But yeah. Somebody, thank you, James Mayhem, for the donation on YouTube. Appreciate that. It says the Van Halen radiation belt is impossible to travel through to and fro to the moon. I have no idea what that means, but thanks for the 20 clams. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But thank you so much. TikTok, where truth and logic goes to eat the meatloaf. Ma! Buying food doesn't help people not be hungry. What do you want? Preposterous. It's like, yeah. All right. Well, what does then? What lowers crime, guys? Free movie tickets? What do you think does it? Maybe fathers in the home. That would help. That would certainly help. But you can't say that because that's not equitable. Equity. I check all the boxes. I am woke. Kneel for the flag. Kneel for the anthem. I'm braver than you. Colin Kaepernick is my father. Consequences lower crime rates. No. You just beg them. You just tell them don't do it, and they don't. What are you talking about? America unhinged. I live in southeastern Florida. I don't live in western Florida. Contrary to popular belief, Florida is an absolutely gigantic state with hundreds upon hundreds of miles of coastline. I live on the southeastern part of Florida. We did not get told to evacuate. The hurricane presently, as far as I know, is on the left side of the west coast of Florida and is primarily going for Tampa and the center of the state. I live in the bottom right side, and pretty much none of the trajectories ended up over here. It's a really big state, so just keep that in mind. But I did not get told to evacuate. I've just been chilling here, accumulating 15,000 likes on the TikTok stream and telling people to buy corn. It has the juice shirts on bobbysauce.com. This stream is presented by bobbysauce.com. Big shout out to Burnt Creations for the little device over here with my logo on it. Really appreciate that. Big shout out to Dead Pedal Coffee, they just sent me my monthly shipment of coffee. If you drink coffee, drink Dead Pedal Coffee. It's my favorite. I drink it every day. Love the Dead Pedal Coffee. Love that from Burnt Creations. Really appreciate it. And thanks to all the people that have been buying merch on bobbysauce.com. Really appreciate it. Supports the channel, keeps everything going. Helps to finance all of these devices that allow me to do these streams for so long. So, and also thanks to all the people that have been sending donations and stuff here on the stream. I really appreciate it. The support does not go unnoticed. You guys are the reasons that I'm able to produce so much content. So thank you all so much again for that. I really do appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. I want to say thank you to, I saw an order came in on the store. Somebody bought a Your long sleeve t-shirt and a Building 7 Didn't Collapse Itself shirt on bobbysauce.com. Appreciate that. Thank you to JJ and the boys on Venmo. Thank you to Jessica on Cash App, Amanda Jones, Nicole Cloud, Catherine McCall, Margaret Smith. Thank you guys so much for the Venmos and the Cash Apps. I really appreciate that. I didn't see any of those until now, so thank you so much. And thanks for the orders that came in on bobbysauce.com while I've been on here going nuts. I really do appreciate it and the support on the channel. T Ghouls 77 says, you need to get on Andy's podcast ASAP. I was on Andy's podcast. I was on episode 100. It's called Bamboozled on the Real AF podcast. I was on episode 100. It's called Bamboozled. It's on my website. It's on bobbysauce.com. And it's also on my YouTube channel under podcasts. Real AF episode 100. It's called Bamboozled. I was on Andy's podcast. I would love to go on again. I'm sure I'll be back sometime soon. Thank you, 77 Dojo. Appreciate that. The rain's zapping pretty good out there right now. It's a great episode, Miss VW. Thank you. Wow, is that the rain? Yes, that is the rain. It's raining really good. When I went outside before, the water was rushing into my my carport, and the lightning and the thunder was pretty bad. But I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, people say they can hear the rain, yeah. I hope the stream doesn't cut out. That's because I want to make sure that I post the podcast after I'm done. So I hope the power doesn't go out. And I'm having a good time chilling here. But yeah, the rain is zapping. Can you do I can't on more merch? Do I have merch that says I can't? Do I have something that says that? I mean, I could certainly do that. Do you just want literally the words I can't? Christian Workinger said, are you going to do shirts tonight? I could. If you want to tell me some stuff, I'll put it in the store. I've been thinking about designing a bunch of new stuff, so I can do that. A pouch? Oh, I made an I can't pouch. Yeah, what do you want me to put it on? I'll put it on something else. What do you want it on? The I can't. I wonder if it's man-made. Somebody said, you mean like the rain? Yeah, I know some people believe that, and I would wager that that's probably not the case, but I mean, it certainly is possible. I actually have a new design that I was about to drop this week. I think it says like it's a no. It says like it's a no from me. It says like literally no, it's a no from me. Literally I cannot, or like something like that. I forget. On a long sleeve tee. Okay, long sleeve tee. I can do that. Anybody else have any requests? Joey Basement shirt. I can do that. I'm on the east coast of Florida. Yeah, somebody just gave me a cowboy hat. Oh, Lana Liberty, that's what's up. Thank you for the hat and mustachio. People are talking about some weird stuff. Oh, yeah, just a reminder, if you don't already follow me, if you're on TikTok, I think that's where the button is. I got to pay attention next time. If you're on TikTok and you don't follow me, make sure you hit the follow. If you're on Instagram, make sure you click that arrow and follow my account if you don't already. Please make sure that you follow the account. Somebody says a hat that says I can't, hat. I can't, I can do that. Someone said we're neighbors, bro. All right, cool. You ain't black. Do you have Freedom Thinker long women's t-shirts? Freedom Thinker? Do I have that? Freedom Thinker? I don't think I have a shirt that says Freedom Thinker. Thank you on the 10s. Cherie, I love my Nope bucket hat. What up, Jordan? The world is in fact trash. The world is literally on fire, not unlike the fireplace that is behind me. What area of Florida? Southeast Florida. Somebody said Florida is huge. Yes, it is. Hello from China. Oh, God. Is that G? Thank you, Krista KRB, for the badge. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Good evening from Gila River Indian community. Very specific. Chilling, Jordan. Hope you're safe up there. You're getting clapped. It's raining pretty good down here, but we'll be straight. Somebody said, did you say literally don't on a shirt? Somebody say that? I didn't see what that says. Somebody said pure blood on a long sleeve t-shirt. I like all these ideas. I'll write these ideas down. And somebody said miss those mean tweets. I've done a mean tweets shirt before. Hello from Wisconsin. What up? Won't? What does that mean? Literally won't? What's up, Fort Myers? I hope you're doing all right over there. Unhinged meatloaf. That's pretty good. Somebody said pen 15 means yes. Oh my God. I love that pen 15 is circulating back into the ecosystem, the internet ecosystem, into the darkness. I really do love that. Somebody said, sometimes when I poop, my legs fall asleep. Yeah, same. That's a very interesting comment. How am I not evacuating? I've already gone over that. I don't live in an evacuation area. Florida is a big state. Florida is a big state. Florida is a big state with many different locations in it. We were not told to evacuate, so I didn't evacuate. I'm straight. The storm will be gone by tomorrow. We'll be good. Me and Biggie are chilling large. We're going to watch Tucker and have an acai sorbet and yell at the moon. We'll be good. Somebody said, what's up, Bobby from Montreal, Canada? What up? Someone said on Facebook, need to make a t-shirt with the earth on fire and the number 2020 on it. I actually made a shirt that said everything is like the world is trash and the earth is on fire. Somebody said evacuate your bowels. No, I'm all set with that. Someone said Jordan just went live too. Well, that's stupid. Don't leave. Gine buys USA farmland. Yeah, we know. We never evacuate. Did anyone else see? Somebody said, did anybody else see Russia and China battleships are on our coast? Yeah, I heard something about that in Alaska. So Sarah said, Bobby, was your video a documentary or a clip? Was my video a documentary or a clip? I don't know what that means. What do you mean, was my video a documentary or a clip? What does that mean? Jordan Sarmo, he's just in here a second ago. He might not be in here anymore. What's up, Joe from South Bend, Indiana? What's going on? Mayor Pete, pothole Pete. Petey can't fix the potholes, but he checks the correct boxes so he can be the Secretary of Transportation. He's like, me and Tristan or whatever his husband's name is. He's like, I proposed in a train station. He's like, I took a plane once. It's like, cool. Treasury Secretary. Yeah. Yo, yeah, Pothole Pete. Petey Pothole. Pothole Pete. I'm going to make a shirt that says Pothole Pete for Transportation Secretary. And then under it, in quotes, it'll say, I took a train once. Pothole Pete. I wouldn't trust Mayor Pete with a shopping cart. Yeah. I also would not trust Mayor Pete with a shopping cart. I wouldn't trust Mayor Pete with just about anything. Has anybody ever seen that video clip of Pete? Boo, boo, where he took like a van to this location, and then they were like in this parking lot in the van, and he took a bicycle out of the van and put his helmet on and then rode the bicycle across the parking lot like he rode his bicycle to this meeting or whatever, and somebody like caught it on video. It's like Transportation Pete rode his bike 10 miles from his crib to get down here when he just didn't. Can you imagine how much of a dweeb you would have to be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's ride the bicycle. It's like, ride it from your house and sweat, you goon. Pothole Pete. It's like, oh, look, the Secretary of Transportation put on his helmet to ride across this parking lot and get a photo op on MSNBC. And then Anderson Pooper was like, "Oh, Pete, it's very brave of you." And then Don Lime was like, "Pete, how does it?" He's like, "How does it feel being the greatest transportation secretary?" Who watches Don Lime and thinks this guy's telling the truth? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who filled the potholes, Pete? Who filled the potholes? Somebody said, did you see where Eric Adams said that New York has a brand, but Kansas doesn't have a brand? They have a brand, Eric. The brand is crime. Get poop in your face on the subway. Eric. So cool, so fashionable. Don't worry, I was a former police officer. Eric, so cool as heck. Fashionable and cool Eric. I got on cool shades. Biggie, are you good? Big. Hold on a second. Thanks. Hey. You all right? So cool. Eric is so cool. Cool as heck. Come to New York City, you'll get your face stomped in on the subway. It's cool. We have a brand. Cool. So cool. I bought a can of WD-40 because this chair's squeaking so much. Met Gala Eric. Somebody from First Form. That's what's up. What up, First Form? Somebody on TikTok, is this you trying? No, I'm not trying. I'm just on here yelling into my microphone. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm sitting here chilling. What are you doing? The meatloaf is ready. Like, go upstairs and get the meatloaf. TikTok, what's wrong with you people? TikTok, the meatloaf. It's like, oh, this guy actually has a profile photo. Cool. It's like, congrats. The first person that doesn't have like a cartoon emoji of like a upside down tree trunk like doing its taxes. Somebody said, do I get tired? No, I don't get tired. I take naps. Duh. Everybody is, the rest of us are trolls. Yeah, troll all you want. You think I care? I could care less. I'm just on TikSnap because it's cool, because it's like it's another place to distribute. If I reach one person there, it's worth it. If one person discovers my content and they share it with one person in their life, it has a chance of changing how people think and changing how the world works. We grossly underestimate the power of our voice and the power of our actions. If you were on TikTok right now and you were logging in to this account for the first time, you never heard of me in your life, you'd be like, this guy has a shirt on that's from his own brand that has all these screens and all these monitors and is recording a podcast that has thousands of people that listen the next day, hundreds of people that watch the show live. What's he talking about? Maybe I should pay attention. It's like, maybe I should tell somebody about this. And that one person that you could go and tell, it could change the course of human history forever. We don't understand the power of our own words and actions. You see me in this studio, in this high quality film, this high quality camera with high quality audio, doing things, working, spending 2 hours on here, talking and spreading my mind. Then after the live stream ends, cutting a thumbnail, placing it on Rumble, Getter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, writing up a caption, a title, posting it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, everywhere the podcast can be listened to, with a title, a description, a thumbnail, placing it, distributing it, and then posting it on my channel. It's like, this is you're watching 3 hours to 4 hours of work in the making. It's like, it took me 2 hours to prepare for what I was going to talk about, to review the stories of the day, 2.5 hours to do the stream, an hour to do the stream afterwards. I have to have the ability to find some way to get some type of financial return to help to pay for all this so that I can make more videos and distribute more content. So I sell t-shirts, which took me a long time to build, a long time to create. I have a P.O. box so that people can send me cool gifts like that. It's like, there's a lot that goes into this. So if somebody looks at this and says, hey, that's really cool, I wonder what this person is talking about. They must really care about it. They must be really passionate about it. I wonder if it's something that I'll also care about. So they take a second look at it. If I was upside down in the dark in my parents' basement eating meatloaf and slopping my lips and looking at the comments and just being like, bleh. Like some people I see on here, it's like, you might not be so interested in what I have to say. But yeah, it's like, and people are like, oh, this is a waste of time. Like, does anybody actually think this is cool? You're in here, jabroni. Like, you're in here. Not only are you in here, you're writing comments and interacting and remaining here. You're squandering precious moments of your time on this mysterious blue ball to sit in here and be like, why does anyone like this? You're here. Like, you're in here. I don't know what to tell you. Hit the X, eat the meatloaf, and watch some Netflix, dog. Like, what do you want from me? Go watch Don Lime on DVR. I don't care. Go watch Anderson Pooper. Better yet, go to his Wikipedia and read up on his family lineage. Explore consciousness by eating a vegetable. All right, that's the best comment on TikSnap all night. Explore consciousness by eating a vegetable. Literally the literal truth, but okay. I'm curious. You're so sensitive. Yeah, so sensitive. Oh, thanks for the crown, Cosmic Nina. Cosmic Nina. That's a pretty cool name. I love that. Somebody said, am I safe in my home? I certainly hope so. I don't know. I mean, I'm in here. Biggie's in here. We're good. Someone says, man, I make a killer meatloaf. Hell yeah. Ship me some. I have a post box. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't eat meatloaf out of a package. Meatloaf. Anderson Pooper gets me every time. Yeah. I should make a shirt that just says I get my facts from Anderson Pooper. I got a lot of good t-shirt ideas tonight on the stream. I wrote down, somebody said an I can't long sleeve tee, a Joey Basement shirt, a hat that says I can't. Somebody said a shirt that says you ain't black. Somebody said freedom thinker, which I don't think I have that. Somebody wanted a pure blood t-shirt, something about mean tweets. And then I said, I'm going to make a shirt that says Pothole Pete. And then I'm going to make one that says I get my facts from Anderson Pooper. If somebody said, if you could only choose one, 2024, Trump or DeSantis? DeSantis all day, every day. Don't care. Not willing to debate about it right now. Do not care. I like the Santa Claus. Sorry, I just do. A lot of reasons, but that's my call. I would prefer DeSantis, although I really love what he's doing in Florida. Nina Vecchi says, hey, Bobby, thinking of you in Florida from Western Australia. That's what's up, Australia. I'm thinking of you more than you should be thinking of us, but I do appreciate that, and thank you so much for the love. You guys have been going through it for a minute. Everybody seems pretty asleep at the wheel over there. You do have some great journalists, though. Maria Z and Primod and Andy Anderson and a lot of others. I've interacted with a lot of cool people from Australia that are fighting the good fight. What's his name? Tucker? Not Tucker. I forget his name, but I met a couple cool people from Australia. But thank you. Australia's going through some weird stuff. But yeah, no, Florida's most of Florida is good right now, but we'll be all right. We have hurricanes every year. This is nothing new. Tom said, get to the bottom like Anderson Pooper. Yikes. Amber says, I love DeSantis. I'm so jealous. I'm stuck in Chicago with these idiots. I might be going to Chicago next week. The only thing about DeSantis is he's a career politician. Is he a career politician? The guy's 40-something years old. He's not really the same. He's not really a career politician like you're suggesting. I'm pretty sure he's been the governor for, I want to say 3 years. And before that, I think he was a state rep or something for a few years. So I don't know about the career politician thing. I mean, he held one other position before this one. I don't know about career. Joe Biden is a career politician. Mitch McConnell is a career politician. Ted Cruz is a career politician. People that have been doing it for their entire adult life. I don't know if DeSantis has had that many positions in government. I don't think that he has. But whether he has or hasn't, actions speak louder than words. But I really don't think that he has been a career politician. I don't think that that's accurate. Somebody said Dream Team, Prez DeSantis, Vice President Rand Paul, Donnie, Speaker of the House. No, I mean, my contention remains the same, and I think that the best possible scenario, honestly, would be DeSantis and somebody like a Rand Paul, but I think Rand Paul is great. I think Thomas Massie is pretty on point as well, but I would love to see like a DeSantis, Thomas Massie, and then Donnie be the governor of Florida. I think that would be clean. The weather is rainy. It's raining a lot, but we're good. I don't even hear the rain right now, so it's like when it whips around, it's like it comes in a pop and then it goes away for a minute and then it comes in a pop. Ted Cruz, yeah. Send the money to Ukraine Cruz. He's doing great. Somebody said, do I think that DeSantis is better than Abbott? Yes, 100 times. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I think DeSantis is better than Abbott. 100%. Winsome Sears would make a great VP. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't really know too much about her other than she had that photo, and she's the lieutenant governor, I believe, of Virginia. What up, Free State of Florida? Donnie ball game, yeah. DeSantis was in the military? Yes, he was. Somebody said, it's crazy your last video at the bottom said a note like, get information about the midterms. The reason that it said that is because I hashtag politics, and when you hashtag like political TikTok politics, it talks about the midterms because it's a topical thing. It's not, they didn't like flag that. That just happens to be what they show on TikSnap. Does DeSantis have special interest people? I'm sure everybody has special interest people. Somebody on Instagram just said one Grundle chode at a time. I don't know what they were talking about, but I like it. Whatever it was. So Sarah on Instagram is saying you missed the rant to somebody that I think just joined. This entire video will be available on YouTube, Facebook, and Getter, as well as Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Rumble, Instagram, Spotify, all video. And then the audio will be available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Pod, Queef. It'll be in all the places. Somebody says, is it storming yet? Yes, it's storming. Make Ron Paul in charge of the Federal Reserve? Yeah, he would hopefully get rid of it. DeSantis as president. Yeah, I don't think Donnie is not going to be the Speaker of the House. I don't think that's possible. He's not. Donnie's not like a number 3. It's like he would never. I don't think he would ever do that. So I don't think that would happen. I honestly I think a wet sneaker full of moldy ramen noodles would be a better Speaker of the House than Nancy Garbelosi, just like flopping her bags all over Europe and just being like a literal demon, clacking her dentures, and just going on stage at a concert over the weekend and just people are just like, like you're terrible, but whatever. All right, I'm going to leave in a second. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, so I just wanted, if anybody has any other questions or any has another comment, I'll stick around for another minute or so. But again, I want to thank everybody that sent in all the donations. I really appreciate it so very much. I really do appreciate the support. So thanks everybody that have been sending in the Venmos and sending in the TikTok gifts and things and whatever. And thanks to everybody that have been buying the badges on Instagram. I really appreciate that. I see some new ones came in. Miss VW on the 10s, Chris KRB, and GG Governor's Island. Thank you guys so much for the badges on Instagram. 2 weeks. Thanks, Normati. Appreciate it. The full video will be available online. Bobby, did you know that John Kerry changed his name? What was his old name? John Hines. Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't know that he changed his name, but that sounds probable. Danielle says we don't have Venmo up here in Canada. Yeah, I have a Cash App, as well as you can make donations on bobbysauce.com if you want. Just go to bobbysauce.com. Up in the header, there's a section for tips, or like buy a T-shirt or a hoodie or something if you feel so inclined. Or if you go to my link tree, if you go to followbobby.com, it'll go to my link tree, and you can use PayPal, or if you want to make a donation, you can in there if you want. But go to bobbysauce.com and grab a shirt or something if you want to contribute. But you could always go to followbobby.com, and there's a donation for PayPal and other stuff on there if you want to. Followbobby.com. Can't wait till the witch is gone. Yeah, it's not ideal. So make sure that everybody goes out and votes. All right, that's all for me. Thank you, GG Governor's Island for buying another badge. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. TikTok, thanks for being here. It's been fun. It's been real. Have a good one. Thanks for all the comments. Peace out, TikTok. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, thank you guys so much for being here. If you want to support the podcast, go and check it out at bobbysauce.com. If you want, please make sure that you leave a review. Go on bobbysauceshow.com, bobbysauceshow.com, and leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Would really appreciate it. Share some of the content. Look at the video I just posted yesterday called Do We Deserve Freedom? Leave a comment. And go to bobbysauce.com, grab a shirt or grab a T-shirt or whatever. If you have any questions or you have some merch items that you want to put a different saying on, or you have an idea, email me, woke, WOKE, at bobbysauce.com. That is a wrap for episode 9, Hurricane Earth. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. YouTube, Facebook, thanks again. I will see you tomorrow. Appreciate it. Thanks, Facebook, YouTube, Getter. Thanks for being here. Much love. See you tomorrow.